Welcome back. Episode 75 of Revisited. Wow, it's actually a special episode. And because of this special episode, and it's not actually because of this
Don't
special
say because
episode,
of it like this
it's
is
not
any
actually
kind
because
of
of
plan.
this special, because we had no idea what we were doing for Revisited. We never do. But Young Kaiser was like, let's do a little something. I want to get into Revisited, and here we go. We have Young Kaiser with us today.
Good, everybody. Name's Young Kaiser, or if you know my channel name, Kaiser Shounen. I got 2 videos to my name right now, and I've always watched you guys. Actually, well, not always. I've been watching you guys for like the past, I want to say like 6 months or so. Really like your stuff.
That's too long. You should have 6 days in and out.
Too long.
Too long.
So yeah, you know what? Long man bad, man.
Long man bad. All right, so today we are talking about why Deku fails as a protagonist and Gohan is underrated by Bang Reshi. Have no idea who this person is. Never heard of him.
I took a look at the channel. I'm like, it's a mishmash of video games, movies, and all sorts of stuff.
How many subs this guy got? What's his power level?
41K.
Wow, that's a good number.
Yeah. They got a video called "Why Naruto is my favorite anime of all time." Oh boy, how about?
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the list.
Excellent.
Excellent.
The reason this was chosen is Young Kaiser looked through our extensive list of videos and chose this himself. Why?
So here's the thing, right? So anybody who knows me personally, in this space, because I'm kind of like this. I have my own groups, I have my own circles, and they know that I'm kind of not the biggest fan of My Hero as a series, like in terms of its quality, right?
Good man.
I'm not really, I'm not. Maybe it's because I'm just not the right audience for it. Who knows?
Maybe because it had a huge drop off and it sucks now.
I mean, shit. I'm willing to argue it kind of sucked in the beginning, but that's an entirely different fucking subject. But what I would like to say is that I picked this video because this is a good opportunity to talk about one series I don't think is good that this guy also seems to agree with, or at least in regards to Deku, and another series that this guy is going to talk about that I also don't think is good, but I have the strangest kind of premonition, right? That this dude is gonna give Gohan way too much credit. Just a slight,
absolutely,
1,000,000,000%. I'm not even worried about it at this point.
And it's very odd because I'm like, I've never really thought about Deku as a protagonist. So I'm like, what's his argument gonna be? What does he think makes a good protagonist versus a bad protagonist?
Oh yeah, and like here's the thing, right? A little trade secret, I guess, going on. At some point, I'm gonna have a whole ass video dissertation thing on Deku as a protagonist and his place in My Hero Academia. So this would be a good time to give you the people a good snippet of what my thought process is, right?
A little sneak peek. But
yeah,
going on to the other part, I don't think Gohan is very underrated. I think he's properly rated.
Mm-hmm. If anything, I would say he was overhated because people really think he fell off hard when he became Saiyan Man and went through that time skipping stuff.
Honestly, from my perspective, I feel like in a lot of ways, like, I guess it's less like Gohan is overrated as a whole and just certain parts of him are overrated. Like in for the Cell fight and everything, we know that whole song and dance, right? But that at least that one's more understandable. But I would like to ask you guys, and definitely the people in the audience, is it me or is it really fucking hard after all these years to actually like remember any of the specific things that happened during like the fight between Ultimate Gohan versus Super Buu. Am I the only one?
Dude, I remember like 2 things from that fight.
Yeah, yo.
Legitimately, because it's just a mishmash of, oh, they're punching and kicking. I remember Boo just going boom, and then him going, hey, I want to fight Gotenks. And Gohan being like, sure, for some reason.
Right.
And him walking up and punching him for the first time. I don't remember anything else.
I remember Super Boo doing something.
Really?
And Gohan like lightly tapped the side of his head, and Super Boo had that shocked face.
No, that's Gohan that had the side of the face.
Oh, you're right. Oh, never mind. I don't remember.
See?
I had the characters totally opposite.
That fight is such a nothing. And it shouldn't even happen because I'm always just like, yo, he should have learned from Cell. Don't play with your food. Otherwise, bad stuff happens. And he literally just went, I'll let the kids have another turn for some reason. So he learned nothing. That's the problem. And he was never chastised about it at all. Because it was just like, boom, go Tinks, Earth go boom, Kid Boo, everything's resolved. No repercussions for him.
No consequences, no nothing. He's off scot-free. You know, and like that's the thing, right? And we're gonna get a little more into it, but this kind of goes into a lot of the issues that I kind of have with Gohan's characterization throughout the series. We can get into it in a minute, but yeah, I'm very excited to see what this man who seems very, very capable of regaling us.
I think
with
that
his
was sarcasm.
What? No. Me sarcastic. I got no idea what you're talking about. I am as honest as they come.
Let's see that description.
The description. Deku kinda sucks. For me, he fails as a protagonist. Fundamentally, he brings down the potential of My Hero Academia. His flawed characterization paints him not only as a sympathetic hero, but as an annoying Gary Stu. On the other side of the coin...
Whoa. I would not call him a Gary Stu.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
He has Gary Stu moments, but as a whole, listen, these people don't know what freaking Gary Stu is. All right? I'm just going to say one name, and if you know it, you know it, and if you don't, you don't. Kira Yamato. Look him up, all right? Actually, don't. Anyways.
On the other side of the coin, Gohan from DBZ, specifically Teen Gohan.
Oh my god!
Is unbelievably slept on. Team Gohan perfected the nice guy protagonist trope before it was even really a thing. Hope you guys enjoy. And then there's a bunch of tags: My Hero, Boku no Hero, My Hero Academia, Deku sucks. Deku sucks. Oh yeah. Gotta get in that algorithm, I guess.
All right. So right out of the freaking gate, can we all just say this? Gohan, given the greater scope of the series, he isn't the main protagonist, right?
No.
So he's a protagonist, but he's not the main protagonist. So this comparison is kind of, a little off. And number two, I'm not, I might be a little rusty on my Shonenese, right? But I'm pretty sure there have been other nice guy protagonists before either Gohan or Deku.
Absolutely. Jonathan from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
Biggest lame-o.
Yep.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either.
I don't understand the value of going that he was the first nice guy. Okay, does that make him better?
Really?
Does that make him good?
Exactly. No, wait. He said specifically that he perfected it before it even happened. Implying that, he did it so good, nobody else can top it, man.
Dude,
he
perfected it before it was even really a thing.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, yo.
Let's get into this.
But also, if you want to talk about Gary Stu stuff, Gohan is stronger than his dad as a little baby. Well, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, Gohan has never really needed training. He's just been always latently super strong.
Yeah, or at least to some extent. Like he has a higher amount of he has a higher amount of potential and when it comes to how powerful he can be than Goku does. And for the most part, yeah, they just kind of keep giving him access to things that just make him stronger a lot quicker. Which, hey, like with all this stuff slapped on him, it's a wonder why in the hell Toriyama didn't stick to him becoming the new protagonist. But whatever.
People did not want that.
Yeah. People want more of
Apparently
the same.
not.
They wanted Goku. I think even the volume or volumes where it was just Gohan, you didn't really get Goku or any real like fighting. I think those were they didn't do very well. So people wanted.
I can imagine because years ago we can't even remember the shiz that happened.
And now we're here with huge in Goku Susanos, and people are clapping.
Dude, Ultra Ego should have gotten spit on, and everybody's just like, "This is amazing, dude!" That in Piccolo form that people are clapping for. He was trending. For what?
I'm sitting there like, oh, this is just a weird miscolor, and then people are like, no, this is a new Piccolo form. I'm like, oh, ew.
No, but here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing you're not understanding.
Oh,
okay?
thank you.
The color changes, so that means his number is going up.
Yes, and that's all people care about. That's why that form is on the poster, so people can speculate and walk into the movies like, oh, I can't wait for Piccolo to be strong. Because that's all that matters in DBZ.
I mean, they've proven it themselves. Yeah. That's all that matters. Because we see what's Tien doing right now? What's Krillin doing right now?
Did he go back to his school?
With P or whatever her name was? Urine? What's her name?
It's a mess.
Oh man, we're delaying it enough. We're delaying it enough.
Seriously,
all right,
this video.
Let's start it.
Jump right in.
Deku is a boring character. According to one side of the internet, he's the best written character since Lady Macbeth, while another side calls him a useless beta simp. For me, he's just plain old bad, a failure of a protagonist that drags down My Hero Academia's...
Damn, he's going for his ass
already
out the gate. But
he's going in.
Really?
I want this energy when I make.
Oh yeah, you gotta copy this. This is now your senpai. This is the videos I need to be making. But I don't really be seeing people going, Deku is the greatest thing, or
maybe from a small contingent of My Hero fans, like. Maybe if you're in that community, you hear a lot of, wow, Deku is the best and blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I'd be... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Yeah, I'd be more likely to probably believe that if this was whatever year season 2 came out, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. Here's the thing. Here's how I am when it comes to discussing fandoms and all this shit. Saying vague, blanket stuff about what they believe without being super specific to who you're talking about is freaking pointless to me. That's freaking cringe. I don't like it. I don't like doing it. I don't like seeing it. I don't like hearing it. I just don't like it. All right. Because, all right, the majority of people in those fandoms are probably just people who just want to chill and read the show and talk to people who also like it.
Yeah.
All right. The rabid people are ones that get seen because who the fuck cares about what freaking John, what Johnny thinks about the recent chapter and who he just likes it and whatever. Right. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah. People need to realize that. I'm just right now. I'm looking to see exactly where, because this came out in August 2021. I'm trying to see exactly where they are in the manga. And it looks like
it's got to be in the middle of Edgy Deku.
Probably
in the middle.
Bitch, I got some more to say about that, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna save that until he brings it up, right?
Yeah, that's
probably
they might not, because we're if we take into effect editing and scripting and stuff,
Yeah.
This around edgy Deku. Zero. What did you do? Yeah, this is right around the edgy Deku stuff.
Yeah. All right.
So maybe that's what fueled this whole.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
shit.
it was just ending up. So yeah, this is the tail end of it. Yeah, so it probably has a bit of a problem with the edgy Deku stuff, which is understandable.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Protagonist that drags down My Hero Academia's potential. I'm gonna try to be especially fair about this, so at least try and hear me out. Before we get going, spoilers for One Punch Man, Dragon Ball Z, and of course, My Hero Academia. I'm gonna leave some time at the end to talk about Deku's manga character development too, so I'll clearly mark that spot for anime-only geezers. Let me also clearly say this. If Deku's your boy, of course, power to you. Everyone is entitled to liking any character they want. I just sincerely disagree with the idea that he is nuanced or somehow way better written than every other shonen protagonist. An argument that...
Based.
See, and that's the problem with the totality thing. Every other, I'm sure you could point to one of them that Deku is better than. And you're going, he's not nuanced. I mean, what do you mean he's not exactly nuanced? He's got some nuance to him.
Yeah, like, I guess nuance in of itself isn't like a positive or negative thing when it comes to characterization. Like, there are many characters I could say that aren't all that nuanced, that are miles ahead better than characters that are, like, have a whole lot of moving parts to them, right?
Yeah.
Like, just off the top of my head, or even going from my favorites of favorite characters for the most part, I would say that freaking what's his name? You know Sosuke Sagara from Full Metal Panic, if you've seen that show. He's one of my favorites.
You've lost us.
Yeah, okay.
Out the window.
My bad. I forget. I'm listening to a couple of uncultured ass people.
Hey, we can't help it. It's just Mecha. Nah, no thanks. It's just that it's a bias.
All right, yeah, I understand. I understand. But all right, I'm gonna go with freaking Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Hey, that's a guy I know.
Not a whole lot of nuance, but definitely better than many other fucking stupid characters. Stupid characters.
The thing about nuance is that it's not inherently a negative or a positive, but people view it as a positive in that they'll say, oh, this character is nuanced, and just the word nuance itself is positive now.
Yeah, and to a certain extent, it kind of sort of makes sense because usually when somebody does decide to make a nuanced character, puts them in a nuanced situation, usually that tends to result in at least something good coming out of that, right? And people kind of take that on average. At least I feel like that's how they take it.
An argument floats around the internet. Deku is a member of the new wave of shonen protagonists. As with any form of culture, the general movements and trends ebb, flow, and evolve in response to past phenomena. Right now, we are seeing the influx of the nice guy shonen protagonist. Tanjiro, Itadori Yuji, and of course Deku all fit into a similar mold.
But we've had a whole bunch of them before that.
I don't see how Yuji's a nice guy.
Yeah, this dude. I was about to say this dude needs to freaking define what a nice guy protagonist is, because there's a character that is nice, and then there's a nice guy protagonist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really big difference.
I would say Tanjiro is a nice guy.
Yeah, he's the nice guy.
I don't see how Yuji is.
Yeah, like Yuji's a good dude, but he isn't nearly like sensitive in the same way that Deku is.
Yeah, I really don't understand what he means with that.
Of comparison.
Yeah, I mean, at least he doesn't mention Asta, because that would be really screwed up.
They are all just decent dudes defined by their good-natured hearts and desire to do the right thing.
Oh, dude, that is not a nice guy. Dude,
Okay.
you just basically named the protagonist.
Yeah, so let's just list them off, right? Kenshiro, Jonathan, Joseph to a certain extent,
Astro
Rurouni
Boy.
Kenshin, Astro Boy. Yep,
Goku.
Astro Boy's a shonen. You're right. To
No.
a certain extent, yeah, Goku. Yeah,
Goku wants to do the right thing for the most part. I'm not counting Super. Let's get that out of here. Goku wants to do the right thing, and he's a good dude.
Yep.
He's just describing protagonists, dude. Dr. Stone, what are we doing?
Yeah, Senku from Dr. Stone. Yeah, you're right. And just like I'm trying to think of characters before this era that he is talking about. Freaking is to be fair, a lot of protagonists. Oh yeah, pretty much all the Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists, right? All the Beyblade protagonists,
Digimon.
Pokemon protagonists, Digimon, yeah.
What are we
Get 'em all
doing?
in
Seriously.
By their good-natured and decent dudes,
it's
defined by their kind-hearted and decent nature.
It's so broad.
Yeah, what?
They're soft-hearted natures.
I was about to say Die from Dragon Quest Dai's Great Adventure, which is being remade right now, which is actually really fun. The protagonist there is the same way, and the manga for that was made like several years before this. Like it's old as dirt, right? And that it's being remade now. Yeah, Ippo,
another one.
Ippo.
No,
My
but the
God.
rise of the nice guy is starting now.
Ippo is legitimately a nice dude.
Holy
If
crap!
anything, Ippo started that.
Yeah, Ippo's like the best one ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are we? Oh, dude, what are we doing? Gohan perfected it. Okay.
Their soft-hearted natures reflect how society as a whole is changing.
What? Their soft-hearted nature is reflecting how society as a whole is changing. Okay, maybe he means that we're getting more sensitive to people and their issues than before, like mental health, trans rights, gay rights.
But we have so many before this moment. What about them? What were they?
I don't know.
Here's the thing, okay? None of them had you say run in the background. That's the only difference.
That's what it is.
They didn't have you say run.
That's all you need. It's like, yeah, I got it.
Did any of you guys watch 21 Jump Street? Remember how the movie contrasted early 2000s jock-centric bullying to 2010's emotional sensitivity? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nowadays, being a good lad is swag. Back in the days, in the anime protagonist scene, the reckless baka was all the rage. And even before that, you had the roid god macho man.
Okay, but they were still guided by doing the right thing.
Exactly.
They're just good in a different way. Who gives a shit?
I don't know what the difference is at this point.
Because they're nice and they got...
And even Ichigo doesn't fit into any of these categories, and he's just a good dude as well. He's more closer to Yuji.
Yeah, he's definitely not a nice guy. He's definitely not like quote unquote good guy, but he is a good guy in that, you know, he'll help ghosts move on and feed little ghost parrots or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's not some nice dude walking around like, hey, how can I help you, person?
Where does Yusuke fit into this?
Oh, Yusuke is an anti-hero, dude.
Cause he's a nice guy, but he's not a nice guy because there was that time when he came back to life after all the mirrors and stuff like that, and he saw somebody with horns, and he's like, "Well, that ain't my problem."
History lesson? Well, the thing is, if you criticize Deku, the immediate crutch Deku stands whip out is that he's a relatable underdog, a nice guy, and if you don't like him, you're just an omega level bully edgelord. Let me be clear.
Don't take these baseline level zero arguments. Take the people who are constructing well-formulated arguments and counteract that. Don't just take this crap.
But Oh, but here's the thing, okay? Let's say hypothetically, all right, I'm gonna pull this thing that I do called the Straw Shapiro voice, okay? Let's say, let's say hypothetically, all right, uh, you actually took the time to actually type out, let's say, 2 paragraphs detailing your thoughts about why Deku isn't is probably a great character. This guy probably wouldn't listen to any of that shit either. Like
No.
seriously, if some douchebag, think about it this way. Most My Hero fans in general are like fucking fetuses. They're like 15-year-olds at most. Okay?
Oof. That's why
Right.
I'm just like, I don't want to go back to cons because they're gonna be all over the place.
Exactly. Those are those are the baseline audience you're going to be dealing that are going to make these comments, right? Imagine some 15-year-old fetus, you're trying to construct this well-founded argument about why you don't like Deku, you don't like this thing happening, whatever, right? And then this motherfucker, whose parents shouldn't even allow him on the internet at that point, just comes in and says, "Oh yeah, you don't like Deku? Well, your mom gay." What the fuck?
And I'm like, wait, come on,
Wait,
it's something better.
What is even the point of getting mad at that, man? What's even the point?
Seriously.
Right?
So you move on from that, and then you look at that
Yep.
2 paragraphs of going, but no, he'll just see the word relatable, and then he'll roll his eyes and dismiss it.
Yeah. Even if it's a well-formulated argument of who Deku is as a character, he'll just go, "Oh, relatable. Oh, nice guy. Same stuff." Read the entire context. Read from the people that can actually give you a valid reason instead of these fetuses.
Fetuses.
Just going,
Just My
"Oh, he
Hero
nice."
fetuses. These My Hero fetus fanboys and fangirls or whatever, man. Seriously. Like, if I were making a video like this, okay? If I were making one actually talking about why, Deku isn't as good of a protagonist, I would be looking at what the big channels are saying about it,
Yeah.
right? I would look at the big boys, okay? And I would be like putting up a rap sheet. I would be training up, like, and writing everything down, debunk every single one of those big points,
Exactly.
right?
Instead
Getting
of
everything
just
right,
going
like
to
I'm freaking
Twitter.
Eminem.
But they just went to Twitter and just typed in Deku awesome and just went, "Oh, here, look at this dude." Like, no, that's not an argument.
Deku doesn't fail because he is part of the nice guy character trope. He fails because his characterization is innately flawed. From his heroic origin to each significant moment of quote-unquote character development. Let's start with the big one. Despite being the underdog, the man whose society spat on, Deku is quite literally given one of the most powerful quirks in the known universe. Bruh moment. Any perceptions of
Okay, but
Okay,
at the
but that's
same
not
time,
inherently bad.
if he uses it, he breaks his arm.
Yes.
Yeah,
He
and
has to
and
work
and he can
towards
potentially
getting that.
die.
Yeah, he has to
Yeah.
work towards getting to that level. It's not like he went from a 0 to 100. It's just like, well, I'm the
Oh, here
strongest
it
dude
is.
around. He has to slowly work towards it, and he was very willing to hurt himself just to prove a point or to save somebody. Now, I understand
Yeah,
this whole
exactly.
underdog stuff. Once he gets the power, once he starts utilizing it, you should not call this man an underdog anymore. That's just ridiculous. But to go, well, he got the strongest quirk ever, so shut up.
Yeah, that doesn't really mean anything either way, right? Because it doesn't matter if the character is the strongest or not. You gotta put them there. Just be overpowered does not equal overdog or overpowered. I mean, overdog. Sorry, I had this thing in my head, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, you can put overpowered characters. I was about to
Into
say overpowered does not mean
situations.
Gary Stu. Yeah, you can put overpowered characters in dangerous situations. And to My Hero's credit, right, except for certain instances that I'm not going to get into here, they do at least a passable job of putting him in situations where his overpoweredness doesn't really help all that much. In fact, a good benchmark, at least in Shonen, that I think a great job of this is in Rurouni Kenshin, right? Kenshin is literally one of the strongest characters in the series right out of the gate. But guess what? He's got that wrong one rule, all right? He does not kill. He doesn't want to kill anybody no more. He doesn't think it's right. So the show takes advantage of that. He every single situation tests him, and he needs to bust his ass in order to just not beat the person without killing them. That's part of what makes him so great. And that's why
that's very much like Vast Stampede and Trigun, where he's just like, I don't
Exactly.
want to kill anybody, but he's strong as
And even in My Hero, there's moments that are look at it as a whole, because I'm about to mention something I hate the ending of. But the muscle fight, it's like, hey, here's a dude that can absorb all your punches, and you gotta protect some kid. So it's like, how does he get out of this? Well, he just big punches his way out of it. But the scenario itself is a good scenario.
Yeah, or at least it would be if it was, capitalized significantly. But what can you really do, right?
The first 2/3 are good.
Yeah.
Him as the underdog, the people's champ, are thus tinged with hold up a minute, because he was quite literally donated a godlike power. Let's now go back to Deku's mini origin story. His spider bite.
Pause. I find it odd that he says that Naruto is his favorite anime of all time.
when he was gifted.
Oh yeah,
literally.
true.
When he was gifted Kurama, the strongest of the...
this is a problem. This is a big problem.
Hey yo! Oh freaking Gohan! We haven't gotten to his.
We haven't gotten to Gohan.
He was born strong.
Oh no!
He got angry and was stronger than his father, who's been training literally his whole life.
He sat down and was gifted essentially the powers of Super Saiyan 3 in his base.
Yo,
But Deku's a problem. Oh no, we can't be having this.
all right,
Death of
but here,
Uncle Ben. Deku is character being innately heroic because despite him being quirkless and effectively powerless, Deku still rushes to save Bakugo, his boy crush / lifelong bully. Wow, what a hero. My biggest issue with this scene is that Deku does not display heroism, he displays recklessness. There are literally multiple pro heroes at the scene.
Hold on. There were multiple
wait,
pro heroes at the scene, but they all went, I can't do anything because of this. I can't do anything because of that. And Deku was the only person that rushed in to save
Sometimes
somebody.
being a hero is just doing what you can.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, here's my thing, because I know that, this moment in particular is kind of like the big, one of the big discussions in regards to Deku as a character. But for once, for the second time, I guess, I'm going to run back for Deku a little bit. Sorry, I had to throw up for just a second there. Anyway, I'm going to have to go back for the guy for just a second, because the story itself makes the point that the fact that Deku is willing to do that means that there is potential for him that can be cultivated. Yes. And that in of itself is valuable. That's the point.
He's
scared. Everybody else was standing around.
Scared, powerless, not knowing anything, but he still rushes in. That's admirable.
Yeah. Yeah, and All Might is all like, yo, if I can take that drive that almost nobody else in the entire world has, and give it something, and give him something, amp it up in a way, give it steroids basically, that it can actually have the power with justice. Right?
Like, what would his argument be if some dude heard a child screaming in a house and he ran in?
Shit.
Would you go, oh, he's not being a hero, he's being reckless, or is he trying to help somebody that even if he doesn't know?
You can say it's not a smart decision, but to say that it's not heroic in any possible way,
that's 100% say you can 100% say it's reckless, but it's heroic.
He's just downplaying it to whatever degree that he can, just to make Deku seem worse.
Yeah, both can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
Recklessness.
Pause. Gohan on planet Namek. where he just
Yep.
kicked Dodoria.
Oh, yeah.
Someone who
No,
was
not even-
factually stronger than him.
Yeah, Krillin
To
was like,
save
yo,
somebody.
Krillin was like, calm down, don't move, don't attack. And then he was killing people, and then he went, nope. Was it Frieza there
not
too?
even that. Even
I can't remember.
Not yet. He wasn't there yet.
Okay.
But like
But the
not even
Dorians
that.
are
Let's go
fine.
to
Yes.
right. But let's go even before that. Back on Earth during the Saiyan saga, when freaking after Piccolo fucking got gacked and he and Gohan just used the Masenko Ha on freaking Nappa, right? That was stupid. That was reckless, but it was also a good thing that he was trying to do.
Yep. I guess we're gonna get an argument for Gohan later for why it's different and better, but, for right now, dude seems like a mad hypocrite.
Didn't Gohan
Yeah,
save
and
a
also-
little dinosaur against the big dinosaur when he wasn't even
True.
strong?
Yep. Also, okay, so if to be a little bit charitable, to precog his response to what I just said, right? He probably, all right, if he were here sitting with us talking about this, right? We were in the living room and we got this shit on like a flat screen or something, all right? So he would probably say, yeah, Gohan did do those things, but unlike Deku, he suffered consequences for those actions, direct consequences.
No, he didn't. He ran away from Zarbon and Dodoria
Yeah.
and saved
Dende, who's
Integral.
integral to a lot of things in the future.
Yep.
Sorry, precog, but
Yeah, yo.
Multiple pro heroes at the scene, seemingly with everything under control.
they most certainly did not have everything under control. That's a lie.
They literally went, I cannot do anything. I don't know what's going to happen to that child, but somebody please do something. I can't, because it's not good for my quirk. Even All Might, who was standing there, went, I can't use my muscle form. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the whole point. They can't do nothing because of how that dude's quirk works. Which makes a little bit of sense, although you could say that Mount Lei could do something like, why didn't she turn small to go through that?
Hey, shut up.
That's a whole other issue. But you get my point, though.
Yeah.
You get my point.
But even still, Deku rushes in to save Bakugo. Not only does Deku not save Bakugo, he properly gets in the way and nearly gets himself killed.
Pause, but he inspires All Might to do something which does save Bakugo. So he accomplished his goal of Bakugo being saved.
Correct.
Objectively just makes everything worse. He charges in.
No, what? He
Oh
did not
my
objectively
goodness.
make
He literally-
everything worse. He literally saved Bakugo with his action because Bakugo was choking until he threw that book in the villain's eye, which allowed Bakugo to get loose and breathe.
Yep.
What are we talking about here?
I mean, he could, like the dude would have been freaking knocked out due to just
Or murdered.
Or murdered. Like if All Might was just a second later, he probably would be dead right there.
So
At least
Deku
come away with brain damage. Even more than
Deku
he already
saves
does, but
Bakugo with his actions. How is this of dispute?
yes, I don't know, man. Like I don't know.
Worse, he charges in thoughtlessly and recklessly, not heroically. Let me give you a cheeky comparison to clear things up.
Here we
Let's
go.
talk about Moomin Rider. That scene, damn, you all know what I'm talking about.
Wait a
That scene
minute.
when Moomin Rider bikes into battle against the Deep Sea King is one of my favorite scenes of anything of all.
Okay, but how was that
How was that
heroic but not
different?
reckless?
How is that different? It's
He
the
had no
same
plan. He threw his bike at him.
Yeah. And he's about to say, "Oh, it's good because all the other heroes are down," but the heroes in the previous example couldn't do shit neither.
Time. On the surface, Moomin's deep sea sacrifice and Deku's origin story seem quite similar. The difference between them, though, is that while both are powerless, Moomin Rider is self-aware. He has an entire bike ride to
Wait, hold on.
Oh my god.
my
Deku was
God.
like, I'm gonna walk away. He was like, maybe I can.
No.
Oh wait, no. And then he thought back to the All Might thing and went, I can't do anything. I'm
Yeah.
leaving, until he saw it was Bakugo, and then he sprung into action.
And even when he is running right towards that shit, what is his inner dialogue? See, this is how you know this dude is full of shit. Because you don't
100%.
understand when you don't understand. All right, something as freaking simplistic as My Hero Academia,
At
you just
base
need to rethink
level.
your life, okay? Because they literally cannot shut up about how the character feels. Deku, while running towards Bakugo, is literally thinking in his head frantically, "What the hell am I even doing?"
He
What the
like he
heck?
said
He
to
has
All
that
Might,
introspection.
his body just moved on its own.
Exactly.
And that was what All Might was looking for, because All Might went, that's the mark of a hero. When your body just moves to save someone without you even thinking about it.
What am I
Yeah.
doing? Why am I running? What do I do? What I do at a time like this?
Are you looking at the actual?
Yes,
I'm
the
looking
manga.
at the actual manga.
Yeah, yo.
My legs moved on their own. I don't know why either.
Exactly.
So what's the real difference here? He had an introspection before and during where he went, I can't do anything. Why am I doing this? Oh no.
Amazing.
You know, well, you see, you know, they
You
didn't
see?
say it out loud.
This
No,
good,
that doesn't
this
count.
bad. That you see? Does everybody understand here? We're all on the same page, right?
Yeah, I totally get it. Seems legit to me.
Contemplate how badly the odds are stacked against him. With his legs aching and rain pouring down his visor, Moomin Rider must have replayed his ass getting clapped by a seafood platter on testosterone in his mind countless times, and even then he steeled his resolve. Moomin Rider knows he is weak and worthless. He knows he's not a Class B hero, but still he has to fight because no one else can, because he's a hero. He doesn't have delusions of grandeur, of being the next All Might, but instead thrusts himself into
Wait
battle.
a fuck! Wait just a cocksucking second. Wait, Jesus fucking. Okay, so Deku literally did not have any delusions of grandeur. That's just straight up debunked. Okay, like if you
The
think
best
that
you
you're
can
lying,
say
you're
is
lying.
as a
You are
kid.
lying.
The best you can say is as a kid he wanted to be All Might.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That
That's
doesn't
not
matter.
delusions of
Yeah,
grandeur.
no.
It's a child's imagination and looking up to somebody.
Okay, but that's a different Deku as well, though.
Completely a baby going, wow, that dude is cool.
God. Yeah, what freaking Moomin Rider probably the man is literally inspired by freaking Kamen Rider, the most baby shit. I'm not gonna say that. The most
Yeah, we'll slander
superheroic
Common
stuff
here.
Fair enough. You know, I've seen a couple of them myself. But like, yeah, like he's probably saw a bunch of, you know, Kamen Rider-esque shows in the One Punch Man universe, and he's all like, you know what? I want to be like that guy. You know, like, look at his freaking getup, right? So like, so the minute we get like a backstory about that, what's this guy gonna think? It's like, oh, Beta, you know, he's gonna pull a Jesse Peterson, Beta male.
Legs thrust him forward unknowingly, but because doing so has a slim but still slightly existent chance of being beneficial.
That's what Deku did.
That is literally what
Yes.
Deku did.
In fact, what Deku did is arguably even more heroic, because he did that because that is at such much, like, it's at such a core with who he is as a person that he didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
It just is valuable.
Pure
to him.
heroic.
And he
just
did it.
throwing whatever he got, a book bag full of books and anything, just trying to pull them out. There's
He was
something there.
literally clawing at it. And he even said to Bakugo, Bakugo was like, why are you doing this? He was like, I couldn't stand by and watch you die or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
He literally helped save Bakugo with his actions.
It's because your eyes were pleading for help.
Yeah.
Official. Moomin Rider is a hero. Deku is a fool.
Deku is
Oh
a
my
kid with no
goodness.
powers who
Yo.
still rushed in to save somebody when everybody else was standing around letting him die.
Also, comparatively, Deku got results. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Deku got results.
And this is one of those bad videos where it's like, I could agree with you if you're making the right argument.
Yes.
But you're just
Yes.
not.
Yeah,
You're making these piss baby arguments.
Exactly. You're not doing it right. See, I don't know if I should copy this dude's homework. I like the energy.
pull it back.
Listen,
you're looking for it,
I'm
D.
coaching him, right? I'm coaching him, right? Like, okay, I like the energy, but I don't like the you lack finesse. Okay, you need more of that.
Good opener, but everything
opener,
else.
but, like, I don't know about that one, Chief. We're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that one. You know.
From minute one, Deku's characterization was thus fatally flawed. It's not just in his not-so-heroic origin. Aside from the first 5 seconds of the UA entrance exam, Deku is reckless in quite literally every combat scenario in the show.
He had no choice.
Gohan wasn't.
And Gohan wasn't.
Wasn't?
Headbutting Raditz.
Yep.
The Ginyu Force thing, Nappa, all this
The
stuff.
Senko Ha thing. Yeah, all that shit.
Attacking
None of that
Frieza
was
once he
reckless?
killed Dende or not Dende, but Piccolo or Krillin or one of them. Yeah, he stabbed Krillin.
Yeah, Piccolo. Yeah.
Like,
Actually,
what
yeah,
are we
it was
talking
when he stabbed
about?
Krillin with his horns. Yeah.
And Deku has no choice but to be reckless because every use of his power breaks all his bones. So
Yeah,
any
that's
combat
literally how it
scenario
works.
is going to be reckless for this guy.
Wow. This
Reckless.
is I,
God.
I'm just very surprised on this. Deku is real bad, and all the month that he likes is doing the same thing.
Yeah, wasn't Naruto reckless?
Dude!
Yeah, like what? What
I
is
can't
going
believe
on?
this.
Oh no. Okay. Steel Man.
Let's
time.
hear it.
Number two, Electric Boogaloo. Let's run it back, okay? So I'm guessing what he would probably say, all right, in this dialogue tree that we track.
In your opinion.
in my opinion, in my hashtag opinion, okay, is that he would say that, okay, what Naruto and the other, idiot Baka protagonists, quote unquote, do, all right, is, yes, it's heroic in terms of how it's treated in the narrative, in terms of the good stuff they do, but they're not called heroes for it. That's the difference. Can you guess what's wrong with that?
So much.
I don't. That's the best that can be at least somewhat drawn from this.
Or he could
because
just pull something completely out of his butt. Like, no, it was better when Bike Man did it because he was questioning himself. Yeah,
he was away. You mean how Deku did it? You mean exactly how Deku did it?
No,
Yeah,
it's because
exactly.
he was self-aware. Oh, you mean like when Deku was like, I don't have any powers and I need to stop fooling myself before he did this?
Yeah. No, that's fake news. That's fake news. Those are the aliens inserting that information into your mind.
From the sports festival obstacle race, to his battles with Shinso and Todoroki, to the Bakugo rescue arc, to literally every battle.
He rescued Bakugo!
Yes, he changed Todoroki's whole mindset.
His entire outlook on being a hero and his very life.
If he had done better in the sports fest, somebody might have picked him, and he wouldn't have gone over to Gran Torino, which allowed him to get full Cowland.
All right, to be specific, anyways, the reason why he wasn't taken by the other agencies is that they were kind of, for some reason, kind of just terrified at the fact that, like, hey, he was as reckless as he was when fighting Todoroki, even though Todoroki was the same way. It's a whole other thing. But anyways, though, the real issue with this is that, again, this could all be trailed back in the Gohan over and over again.
All of it. And I just want to hear the introduction for Gohan and why he's better.
Yo.
And why is he better?
every battle scene, Deku rushes forward without hesitation. Deku's recklessness is even acknowledged by the narrative itself. After exploding his arms with reckless abandon, the doctor tells Deku to cut that shit out because he might turn himself into Captain Noodle Arms. 2 seconds later, Izuku goes one for all 1,000,000%.
Pause. That was just a name. He did not go 1,000,000%. There's no indication that he did. But he was also to protect a young child who did not believe in heroes anymore.
And the child and him would have been killed.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's either
Go ahead.
It's either destroy yourself and him, or he goes free and both of y'all are dead.
And anybody else that he runs across. Because who else is going to take him down?
Also, Muscular was faster than Deku in those instances anyway, so it's not like he could get away even if he wanted to. But like another thing is that, like, okay, to be fair, one of my core issues, all right, my big beefs with Deku as a character does have to do with a lot of the lack of direct, at least long-standing consequences for those actions, right?
Absolutely.
Because my issue is that he whenever he recovers, it's almost never when at the same time something important in the story is happening, right? The story happens, the plot stuff that is important for him anyways happens right when he is fresh for the fight, you know? Mm-hmm. Which kind of removes a lot of the potential tension that comes from that sort of setup that he always just breaks his body and everything.
It's not like he's got a broken leg and then the villain society attacks or something.
It's overhaul. But that's where they're just like, man, they should not have introduced just a healing person, because it's just like but it relies on your stamina, so you have to be healthy for it to heal. It's like, it doesn't really matter. They just do.
Yeah, the structure of the story just goes against it. But the problem with this dude is that he isn't saying that. He's just saying the fact that he is reckless at all is the problem.
Yeah, like I said, the argument is there to be made, but he's not making it.
And comes out all Gucci. Deku gets reprimanded for illegally and recklessly going after Stain. 2 seconds later, Deku wants to break the rules to save Bakugo. Tenya even tries to literally slap some sense into Deku. Still, Deku gives no shits for the rules and does his own thing anyway.
To save a person!
Like a hero would do.
Yeah. What is it worth following the rules if it caused somebody to suffer and or die?
Deku seems to think no.
Let's I like to put this guy in this scenario, okay? So, all right, what's this dude's name again? Bang Reshi, Bang Reshi, okay? Mr. Reshi, sir, my friend, can I call you Reshi? All right, Reshi, my boy, okay? Here's your scenario, okay? Your grandmother is inside of an abandoned building. There's a guy with a knife trying to, like, use her as a hostage to get away from the cops. Nobody's going in, nobody's coming out, but you know that there's an unlocked entrance to that facility, and you can't even contact the police officers. What do?
Well, as long as he's self-aware, he can do whatever he wants.
Oh yeah, true. Self-aware.
That's all.
Self-aware human. Self-aware cringe. Right? Self-aware cringe.
The rules and does his own thing anyway. Does Deku ever face consequences? Nah, because it's Deku and he's a...
What consequences did Gohan face?
Yeah, exactly, yo.
He rushed in against Raccoon, got his neck broken. 2 seconds later, his neck is fine. What about that?
And what about, but you know, he cost Goku his life. Yeah, you know, the life that could be brought back if Goku didn't want to.
And Goku was just like, no, don't bring me back. It's not like they couldn't.
Yeah.
There was no consequences there.
It was just like, oh, dang, my father's dead. Oh, okay, wish him back. Nah, don't do that. Okay, cool, father.
Oh, no, Trunks is dead. Well, he's already back.
Yeah.
hero.
Oh my
His
God.
impulsive actions are always painted as just and righteous. Cause
And Naruto's isn't?
And he also said that he was reprimanded for this. He constantly gets reprimanded. His arms, you showed the panel. And like you said, Gohan is as well. Naruto is. Naruto's just like, it's fine, whatever, it's cool. The one time he's like, oh, the seal is weakening a little bit, but let me just reseal that for you.
All right, listen, I'll be right back in just a second. If you guys don't mind, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be right back.
This kid snuck out for that anyway.
Yeah, boy. Have a little pee break on. We can keep talking. But yeah, the whole Gohan thing, each time I don't want to have to think, yo, Gohan, yo, Naruto.
But you have to think
Yeah.
at least Gohan because he's in the title. So the crux of the argument of this video is, unlike Deku, Gohan is whatever we're saying.
And it's like so many of these arguments apply directly to Gohan one way or the other. Save for an underdog status, because Gohan always had that inlaid ability.
Yeah.
But the recklessness, which seems to be a big part of his argument, applies directly to Gohan so many times. The lack of consequences, what happened when he just went, the kids can take over, Bootinks happened, and then he got absorbed, and he got pulled out. Boo's dead. Where's the consequences?
Like, you can't even say a consequence of the Saiyan saga is Piccolo dying because he was rushing in. He wasn't even rushing in. He was just fighting as they were meant to fight.
Yes.
And it just didn't work. And he almost got killed. But then he also helped save Goku because him and Krillin were leaving and Gohan went, we need to go back. So he rushed in recklessly and helped save him. And face no consequences.
I legit just want to let the video play until we get to the Gohan stuff. Because what he highlighted in the description was Gohan is a nice guy. So is he just going with a nice guy?
All right, I'm back in.
Yeah, boy. We were just talking about where he could possibly go from
I'm
here.
thinking with the Teen Gohan thing, it's Goku's death, because that's a consequence of something that happened. And then shrug shoulders, I don't have anything else for you.
Even though it wasn't.
It was a consequence until it wasn't.
It's not a consequence of number one, because Goku just went, nah, don't wish me back. But then within 20, 30 episodes, the month is back already. So what's the consequence?
Exactly. And not only that, like, it's so dumb because fundamentally this guy is he doesn't do the language thing very well. You know, he seems to mistake that like recklessness is the antithesis to heroism.
Yeah,
right?
I honestly don't get that one.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like, he thinks that, like, I actually want to sit this guy down and be all like, so you think that any, like, hero, superhero or otherwise, right, any less than, like, freaking Tony Stark shouldn't be a hero, right?
Yeah. Like, sit him down, like, draw a little chart, like, okay, here's Reckless at 0, and here's Hero at 10. Like, where's the line? Yeah. Where does it become blurred? Where does it become one too many? Can you be heroic and reckless? That's
as long as you're self-aware, that's how it works.
We gotta remember that self-aware. Once you start bringing in the Gohan stuff, we'll see if Gohan is also self-aware, and then that negates our entire argument.
Beyond the lack of consequences, his recklessness just contradicts the notion that he is scared, insecure, and uncertain.
But
no, he's doing this despite being scared, uncertain. He's going, I'm scared, I'm uncertain, but I gotta do this.
No, okay, so class, let us review this really interesting word in the English dictionary. I never heard of this until now. I just, chance Google shirt. It's called courage, okay? Let's find the definitions here, all right? The ability to do, all right, courage, noun, the ability to do something that frightens one. Strength in the face of pain or grief.
It could have
synonyms: bravery, braveness, courageousness, pluck, valor, fearlessness, nerve, daring, audacity, boldness, Spirit, spine, fortitude, resolve, resolution. Heroism. Heroism.
It's there. It's right there. But he don't want
Right
to see it because he
there.
just don't like Deku. You can say good stuff about characters you don't like, dude.
And you could explain properly why you don't like this character, but you can't also say I like another character who does essentially the same things.
Right, like seriously, you do not need this much to bully the shit out of Deku. I do that in my pastime. I can beatbox my fucking problems with his
He's
ass, dude.
awful.
It's really easy.
It could have been an awesome character arc, but like I said, Deku displays this aggressive rashness basically since minute 1. Outside of combat, the story
Pause. He hasn't really established that rashness or recklessness is a bad character trait or a bad thing.
Yeah. If anything, he shows favoritism to that sort of thing because he likes Naruto
Yeah.
that much.
consistently tries to paint him as an empathetic underdog. Deku cries 2 liters of tears a day and is generally painted as a soft-hearted, scared type of dude. That's fine, except in combat, he's clearly not that guy, pal. Also, remember when I said that's fine? I was lying. The show goes way too hard on the nice guy stuff. The crying is beyond extra.
What are you talking about? It was only in the first season.
Yeah, I've always
I'll be right
had
back.
this thing where Deku, where he's crying, but I feel like people watch 7 episodes and then where he's just always crying.
And I see no problem with the crying stuff if he's very unsure of himself, if he's finally living his dream, but it's not exactly what he expected or it's not going
Or
exactly
if
how
he's
planned.
crying when he breaks every bone in his arm. I'm sorry, if I broke every bone in my arm, you were gonna see some tears.
Or when the weight of the world and the most evil person for generations is thrust upon you, as well as the will of 9 other people within you.
Or when you're ostracized in the sports festival, so nobody will team with you, and then somebody comes up and goes, I will team with you.
Or when your hero, since you were a young child, goes, you know what? Even though I said just earlier you can't be a hero, you showed me that you can be a hero.
I'm sorry he's crying, yo.
It's such a base normie argument about Deku, is that just that he cries. And I don't think that's enough. Yeah, he does. What of it? Is that a negative thing?
Deku's supposed forgiving sweetness is just doormat behavior. I know it's a bit of a meme, but it's true. Bakugo is literally his lifetime bully and extremely verbally abusive. But oh no, Mahatma Deku is just so forgiving and kind. Wrong. Deku displays toxic weakness, not kindness. Kindness born from fragility.
The Bakugo thing, I can see that. I don't know why he's still friends with him. I don't know what he sees in him that makes him go, yeah, Kachan.
I think he just always saw him as a friend, even during all the bush. Because even when he was young, he was always just hanging around, always wanting to help.
You know what? We don't see him with anybody else, and he was at least with Bakugo and his other 2 friends.
Yeah.
So it could just be, I've got nobody else.
Isn't truly a sign of being a decent bloke. Deku is displayed as so overly kind that his niceness becomes jarring, annoying, and a tad pathetic. The weight of his tears also lose meaning when he cries at literally everything. The whole underdog thing is also, as mentioned, completely undermined by the fact that he was literally just given one of the most OP quirks in the My Hero verse.
Sure.
Talk about conflicting energies. Deku is also treated as a god by almost everyone in the series.
What? What is he talking about? Who is he talking about?
Because Bakugo treats him like trash. Todoroki treated him like trash. Stain treated him like trash.
Uraraka was like, hey, you're cool.
Gran Torino was making fun of him for not being able to handle his power.
Aizawa was literally like, look, get the out, kid.
little kid that he tried to save with muscular, making fun of him.
I don't think Sero's over there blowing him. I don't think Kaminari's over there blowing him. Like, what is he talking about? He's revered as a god by everybody.
Not only does he never face consequences, literally everyone seems to throb over him. Women quiver at his green afro, and his class picks him as class.
Uraraka likes him, and Himiko Toga likes him.
Uraraka likes him because he actively put himself in harm's way in order to protect her.
And they're super friendly. They're always together. They hang out. They have some chemistry.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's all good. And then, so Uraraka likes him.
Oh,
cool.
my God.
Toga likes him. Cool.
Wait a minute.
Pull it back a little bit so we can get the argument.
Oh, sure.
Let's
sir.
see it.
Energies. Deku is also treated as a god by almost everyone in the series. Not only does he never face consequences, literally everyone seems to throb over him. Women quiver at his green afro, and his class picks him as class president just because he's Deku.
Literally once, and then never again. And only 2 chicks like him.
He's not
Well,
the class
arguably
president.
3 if you want to count the freaking movie, but who gives a shit?
He's not the class president.
Yeah, he's not.
Ida is. And
literally-
Momo is the vice president.
Yes.
Who picked him as the president?
No. Remember, like back in episode, I think it was like 3 or 4 or something, and like we were trying to put like one of their classmates as like class president. Deku said like, "Oh well," and they're all like, "Deku, you won the first like practice and everything against Bakugo. Maybe you should be a leader." They voted him to be class president and Momo the vice president, and everything happened with all of those reporters getting into UA and everybody just like going out of control in the hallway, and Nia took control of the situation, and then they decided, yeah, he should be class president.
So it's a fickle class that looked at the last cool thing you did to decide whether you should be president or not.
Legit.
Good enough.
To be fair.
What a Gary Stu.
Yeah, to be fair, right? It's more about how Ida took control of the situation, which I kind of get, although it could have been much better in regards to that, but that's a whole other thing. Point is, he's just not the president of the class right now. Like, he was literally only president for 10 minutes.
No, but it's a big enough slight that this dude sees. I don't see what the problem is if he's just a class president in a class full of bums.
And it's not like they were like, "Oh, Deku is amazing and awesome, and we need to get him as class." It was just like, you did a cool thing. Let's make him president.
Yeah, like,
and then they were like, "Yeah, let's not make him president."
Yeah, and then like even when they praise him, it's over stuff that he actually did that was actually impressive. What's the problem?
Deku got 3 votes. Momo got 2 votes. A lot of people were saying that they wanted to be class president.
So that's what happened.
So Uraraka voted for him and 2 other people. So 3 people voted. It was not a unanimous thing.
Right.
This dude is misrepresenting to a completely dishonest degree.
Yeah, again, even if you want, like, even if you ignore the actual votes, it doesn't fucking matter. He was present for 10 minutes. He was present for 10 minutes.
Yes, even Stain, a literal villain, is so intoxicated by Izuku's beta sissy pheromones.
It's because he's the one person that was a hero in that whole thing. Ida was there for selfish reasons. The other dude was weak and probably there for selfish reasons. Deku was like, "No, I'm not gonna abandon you. We're gonna find a way to get everybody out of here. That's the main goal." And he went, "Oh, that's what a hero should be. You're like All Might in that you're worthy. You're
Yeah.
worthy of the title of hero, Deku, through your recklessness and you're wanting to save people.
Yep. He's heroic and he's got the power to back it up. That seems in line completely with Stain's motivation. Like you could say that the issue is that okay, well the fact that he is impressed by Deku means that it's super stereotypical, but like man, come on. With his little interaction at Stain, this is one of the other big problems I have with Deku is that he barely interacts with his villains in any meaningful facet. Like I'm not asking for like, Naruto or nothing like that where everybody has to be a direct parallel. But what I mean is that there doesn't really seem to be anything at all between them. So you mean to tell me that like even Stain acknowledging that Deku is like doing the right thing for seemingly the right reasons is the problem? Just fuck off. There's literally nothing else. There'd be literally nothing else.
He's looking at it
in
at
that
such surface levels. That's a big problem because he's just like, oh, he's reckless, not counting all the stuff that he did and all of his doubts and stuff. He's just like, oh, Stain recognized him. Oh, he became the class president. Just nothing.
At this point,
so surface
I'm
level.
hoping this is a trope.
I also hope that.
Because there's no way someone could be making arguments this poor, so straight-faced. Like, this is...
Well,
you know what? I take that back.
I mean,
Right.
he does have a Doge icon.
Oh, but listen, to be fair, okay? This is the exact... In a weird way, this is pretty appropriate for a Dragon Ball fanboy.
This is fair.
Fair. They do not have them arguments.
Non-stop froth and how heroic Deku is. All this just further confuses his underdog status. Quick segue to the next point. Deku's motives. I brought this up in my previous video, but yes, I think Deku's lack of a real backstory is an issue. I've heard the argument that his lack of a tragic past makes him more realistic, but to me that's just a cop-out.
Pause. Does he have to have a tragic past or a big backstory?
His backstory is tragic. What does this do? What is a tragic backstory? Oh wait, he's a Naruto fan. Never mind.
Naruto stuff. I got no parents. The whole village hates me. Crying.
Yep, I got my arm cut off, man. My dick don't work.
It don't get hard, man. Come on. That's what we talking about. That's a good backstory.
Yeah, yo.
Yo, Deku's backstory is the exact same except he has erectile dysfunction.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there we go.
Now we talking 10 out of 10 character right there.
But yeah, he's just going... It's a cop-out for him not to have a tragic backstory?
It's more realistic, but it's a cop-out somehow.
You don't need a tragic backstory to be a protagonist or a main character or anything.
Or to have your motivations for doing what you're doing as a character to be believable. As long as they make sense, who gives a fuck if it's tragic or not? Who cares?
And you can even count his stuff as tragic in a world of superheroes, and he wants to be a superhero that saves people. He cannot. And everybody is literally going, my God, Deku, they're always making fun of him. They're always bullying him. In class, he was like, I want to go to... You fool, how could you? You have no quirk.
Yeah, I guess being
his hero told him you can't be a hero
face to face.
Yeah, I guess being bullied and being this world's equivalent of a paraplegic isn't tragic enough. Like I don't know, my dude. Like if that ain't tragic,
more.
At least on a baseline level, I don't know what is, dog.
He wants more.
Stories are constructed. Subconsciously, we all know and feel this when watching anime, TV, or reading manga. So, when a character like Deku has an insatiable boner for being a hero and literally cries the equivalent of the River Nile when he can't become a hero, it just doesn't feel right.
Oh, I'm sorry. His whole motivation in life is to be a hero, and he can't be. So he's sad.
No,
and that doesn't make sense.
As a child, as a sensitive child that is overreactive to literally everything. You mean that this dude is not around kids? This guy ain't around kids. I swear to God,
he's not around people.
Kids will cry over anything.
Not even just that. It's the fact that this is a world, a society, you might say, all right, where being the hero is like the tip top. That is the thing. That the whole society is built around that.
Yes.
And you're literally told as a child that you can't even fit the most basic of basic requirement to be that thing that everybody lauds over, that everybody sees is the pinnacle in your society. And
You're
you don't feel bad
special.
about that. What the fuck?
He's special for not being special. He's one of like a small percent who cannot do anything. He was inspired by All Might. Yes, everybody's special and he's got nothing. Inspired by All Might going, this dude helped a lot of people. I would love to do that. And being told, no, you literally cannot do anything on that level. And him going, I want to be a firefighter. No, that's not what I want to do. It's not good enough. Because he's crying.
Just doesn't feel right. I said it in my last video, but I think it's worth repeating. Naruto being a completely outcasted orphan who everyone spits on all day makes him more compelling as a conduit for the viewer's own feelings of isolation. Yes.
But that's what happened with Deku!
With freaking... Wait... Oh,
you done shut down 404 error. Oh, and I had them moments where I'm just like, I'm just like, and I got nothing.
Here's the thing. You never see Deku hang out with anybody that's not his bully.
No.
So where are his friends?
There you
Deku
go.
grew up, as far as we know, friendless. He literally went, a girl talk to me.
Yeah.
He's not used to this for 10, 12, 15 years. He's not used to this.
And also, again, going back to the surface level stuff, Naruto's an orphan that everybody spits on him. Why?
Yep.
Because the third Hokage allowed it. But we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about the fact that it
we ain't
happened.
gonna talk about the logic about that. Let's talk about the logic of Deku doing the basic human thing of running after a person he cares about. Sure, let's shit on that shit.
Not the
talk
third
about
Hokage literally holding baby Naruto, looking his mama in the eye going, I'll take responsibility for your baby as you's about to die. Hero of the village. And then not doing it. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the surface level fact that it happened. No, you can't do that.
Also, wait a minute. Gohan didn't have a tragic backstory.
Oh,
Dude, we can't keep doing this with the Gohan thing. He can't keep... Does he realize...
Yeah, his father died, but like, oh my god. He cried about it for literally like an episode or two, and that was it.
hey, Gohan was crying a lot when he was training with...
does cry a lot.
He was crying a lot when he had to train with Piccolo.
He was crying when he turned Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, he cried a lot when freaking Videl got beaten up. I don't know, man.
What are we doing?
He's gotta
Why are
have
we here?
the most hidden argument for Gohan.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotta blow our socks off to just like, all right, delete the episode. Pick another topic, Young Kaiser, because this ain't working. He done blow us out the water.
We'll bring you back for a different one.
We can't release this. We exposed.
Listen, all right, listen. He's setting us up, okay? And then the freaking mic drop moment happens. All right, it's like an 8 Mile or whatever.
The
right?
greatest okie doke.
We're saying it up.
Yep, here it comes.
I'm not an orphan with a nine-tailed beast in my belly, but I'm watching a show. I've suspended my disbelief, and so I can feel Naruto's pain far more and thus connect with it better than Deku's whining about not being a hero.
Wait,
Oh no.
Fuck me, come on. Brain work. So you mean to tell me that you're willing to suspend your disbelief in regards to Naruto because I guess his circumstances are so extravagant or whatever that you would have no choice but to suspend it, but you can't do that for Deku in any sense, even though he lives in a world of fucking mutants.
As a non-mutant.
What is going on? Am I lost? I'm lost.
He's suspending his disbeliefs in the fact that somebody had to take care of Naruto as a baby. Naruto had to learn about proper bedding and washing them and all that somehow, but we're not figuring that out.
He has to go grocery shopping.
Yep.
Clothes shopping, all these things.
Let's not even get into the fact that they're allowing this kid that they supposedly hate, go into a ninja school where he can potentially learn powers that can potentially like come back to bite them in the ass due to resentment.
Why did they allow him in?
Yeah,
yo. Make this kid stronger? No.
I mean, like, to be fair, like, it's sort of contradictory too, because they literally also said that, oh yes, Naruto is the village's living weapon or something like that. Like,
but you're not gonna help him get to that moment.
Yeah, like the third Hokage knows, or at least should know, that his chakra control is weak because of the seal. So they should have done something about that. Why didn't he personally tutor
Why
him?
not? His backstory is so broken.
Why isn't there? Why hasn't there like potential assassins of him?
Why not?
Where
he's right over there.
I don't
just
think there's
just
a guard
in the village.
I'm pretty sure.
Go ahead.
Sorry, but I'm pretty sure there's a reason. There might be a reason for that, but I'm forgetting. It has to do with Itachi.
No, it can't be.
No,
it literally can't be.
Just somebody like, yo, the nine-tailed fox stepped on my daddy. I'm gonna go stab this kid.
True. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking outside the village. They got their own protections. People getting in the village, finding Naruto. I can accept that
because a Hyuga got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Somebody infiltrated the Hyuga clan.
I can suspend my disbelief that they are not getting into the village. They had a treaty with them.
Okay, but understandable. But the Byakugan is one of the most powerful Aijutsus in the world. And you got the Nine-Tail. They moonwalked into the Hyuga and went, okay,
you would
whatever.
Think that they would have a Hyuga on guard at all times and just be like, watch the
There
whole
is nobody
village.
on guard for Naruto. So why wasn't somebody just like stabbing
I'm gonna take matters into my own hand and kill this baby.
Right.
I don't care.
Why not? Yeah.
Oh, this 4-year-old, I'm gonna poison his milk.
Yep.
I'm gonna push him down some stairs.
These people didn't even know that his milk was freaking expired.
They just let it happen.
Somebody, one of the villagers, like one of the grown-ups, because they said that only the grown-ups know about Naruto having the nine-tailed fox or whatever. So one of them, you mean to tell me that none of them decided, yo, I'm gonna, like the grocery man decided, like, yo, I'm gonna just poison this kid, right, for like killing my brother or something like that, and it would have been over. It would have been done.
Or these are adult ninjas. Go to his place of residence, which we all know where it is, hide there until he falls asleep, and then kill him as a ninja would.
Yeah, like they tried to do in the first chapter. I mean, well, technically, but even then, why didn't they do that beforehand?
It's broken, but no, it's fine because I can relate to this.
Because he didn't whine. Because he was self-aware. Wait, was Naruto even self-aware? He didn't really become all that self-aware until like the Valley of Waves at the very least.
I mean, he really didn't know that he had the fox within him until like the first episode.
I guess, but
yeah, because he just thought ninjas were like cool things to be. And then once he saw that ninjas were tools in the Valley of the Waves, he was just like, hold on, is this what we're doing? And then he never thinks about it again.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, oh, sorry, it's something fucking phone. Anyways, but yeah, like here, the point is that Naruto's backstory is 10 trillion times more broken than Deku.
It's shattered. Deku's is simplistic, and in its simplicity, I can see that it's boring, but there's maybe one fault within it. Naruto's is nothing but faults. From
because
frame
of all
one.
the retcons and all these add-ons and DLC and all that shit.
To give an example within the My Hero verse, Endeavor's feelings of inferiority and his willingness to do everything to be the #1 hero are very relatable to me. Yes, I'm not a
What?
father or anything like that.
Pause. Also, now we're just into relatability.
Oh my God.
Is that what your argument is
mean-
just pivoted onto?
How can you not relate to Deku when he sees a world of special people and someone goes, and the person you look up to the most goes, you're not special and you never will be?
And then someone
Yeah.
just goes, and then someone just puts a piano in front of you and you're really good at it. It's like, okay, now you got this overpowered thing that you're really good at, but everything else for the most of your life you sucked at, but you got this one thing now.
Yeah, and also like freaking you didn't he just say that you can't relate? Also, wait a minute. No, like he said that Naruto's backstory was good because it perfectly portrayed the feeling of isolation as a kid. Okay,
And the
well, kids
audience.
get told, in the audience. Well, kids get told they can't be the things they want to be all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that ain't relatable?
Mm-hmm. You telling me there's just not some 5'3" kid out there like, I'm gonna go to the NBA, and they're like, no, you're not.
No, baby.
Within the context of the story, his motivations make sense to me, and he can thus be an effective emotional conduit. I might be a whiny bitch every now and then, but when I'm watching a show and I'm seeing a character who objectively has a pretty solid life situation bawl his eyes out at not being the great
A solid life
It's not even-
situation? He's in a 2-bedroom apartment with his mom that looks kind of dingy, and he can't be the one thing he wants to be.
It's not even that even back then, it's not even just that he can't be like the best hero ever. It's that he can't be a hero at all. He isn't even
Period.
1%. He isn't even a 1%
He
of
doesn't
a
even have,
hero
like,
in the
some-
eyes of the rest of the world.
Doesn't have some lame ability like, oh, I have a tail.
Yeah.
That's something.
I mean, he got into UA with a tail.
Right.
He sure did.
So
Really
Deku,
strong tail, but
if
yeah.
Deku had something,
He would
maybe
make
he
it
could,
work.
Maybe he could make it work.
But he has
has
nothing.
zero
Literally
in him.
nothing.
The
Jack,
dude from
nothing.
the dude from the new movie, which is a terrible movie, his
I
quirk
haven't
is
seen it yet.
his quirk is I got a bird and this bird shows my true emotions. That's my quirk.
Ugh.
It's horrible.
Why?
It's horrible. Yo.
So what happens if the bird dies? Or is it like in him?
The bird is sort of a spirit bird, but it's
Okay.
also
so
it's
he-
also physical.
Okay.
I don't know what happens if the bird dies, but he was dying and the bird was fading away Stan style.
Okay, so he can't like create. Is it just manifested? Because like I'm imagining this because in Deku and presumably this character's generation, right? The manifest you usually manifest a quirk when you're in kindergarten or something.
Early on.
So I'm just imagining okay, does this kid put his hand out and the bird it just appears? It's I don't know, it just happens on top of his head or some shit. What the hell?
Is he lying about being happy and then a bird comes up and is like, no, I'm big sad?
No.
No, I'm talking about when he was a kid.
Okay,
when he
yeah.
first manifested.
Basically, that's what
Yeah.
happens in the movie. He's like, oh man, my dad died. I don't really care. And then it zooms in on the bird and the bird is crying. It's like, oh no, he's really sad because the bird is crying. The bird can't be turned off, by the way. The bird is always just there.
Dude, this
Okay.
gotta be the
I don't
most
know.
awkward
That's
situation. Imagine him having sex. He's just like, oh, you're doing a great job.
Get away.
No, I wasn't there Saturday. Dude, that's gotta be the worst
Yeah.
thing ever.
Oh,
I gotta watch
imagine
this movie.
Imagine if if R. Kelly had that quirk.
I ain't do these
I
things,
ain't
yo.
do it. And the bird is just looking like, ugh, I'm
Fighting
in
for my
trouble.
life.
I'm fighting for my life.
I don't know how to hog tie nobody.
The bird's just in the background doing a perfect hog tie.
hero ever, it just takes me out of the relatable hero fantasy. Deku's lack of motives for me just paint his clamoring for being a hero as a complex, not a symptom of a pure good-hearted nature. There were potential
Lack of motivation. I want to be a hero.
It can be
Heroes
both.
save people.
Yeah, it can be both.
Yeah, it's both a complex and a positive drive to help other people. Like, both things can happen. What do you think Spider-Man is, dude?
Yeah. You can idolize a thing and also genuinely want to be that thing.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're a 7-year-old and you want to be a football player, is it like, well, he doesn't really have a motivation for being a football player. He just thinks it's cool. Isn't that enough? Isn't it enough to really want to do something?
Yeah. Like,
That's a
it doesn't-
motivation. I don't know why. Like,
This dude's metric for character motivation is real whack. Also, over halfway in the video, still nothing on Gohan.
oh, you know it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
It's
coming.
coming.
Oh, I can't wait.
threads of
waiting.
characterization that could have made Deku really interesting. His insecurity as a quirkless was ripe for development, but nope. Deku does not give two shits about the plight of the quirkless, a whole 20% of people in society.
Pause. What is he supposed to
To
do?
be fair, and also to be fair, that's the general story's fault. That ain't just Deku's
Yes.
fault. The story itself.
The world
give a
doesn't care
flying
about the
fuck about its
quirkless.
own world building.
Ink, oh my
everybody-
goodness,
well,
he was
hot
quirkless.
take. Hot take, everybody, all right? The world building in My Hero Academia is average at freaking best. I am tired of
On
hearing
its
it is
best
the
day.
ever.
Because
On
he
its
says that
best day.
the world doesn't, Deku doesn't care about quirkless people. The world doesn't care about people with quirks. Because they were just like, Toga, this blood chick, get her out of here. No trying
Yeah.
to foster anything.
Yep.
They
Not even trying to
Freaking
save
Shinso?
what she could have been.
Shinzo, they were just like, oh, you're a villain. This a villain
That's
quirk.
a villain's quirk. What are you doing in
Yeah,
Hero
that's
Society?
that's
Oh, you've just
There's a
pigeonholed me into this
bad
role.
man.
And Toga, you know, the heroes were doing all these covert bullshit missions.
Yeah.
Toga can transform into people.
But they're just
Literally,
not trying to
in the
hear that.
manga- In the manga, they literally confirm that the freaking Lei Nagant chick was part of the freaking police force's Black Ops group.
Yeah.
And also there is a dude who works in UA, literally named Vlad King, whose quirk involves controlling blood.
Blood.
And
Yep.
that man is a hero.
There's 3 blood people in the series, and he's one of them, and he's a hero, and they just allowed that, and Toga was just like, screw you.
There's a hero who can shoot, who shoots gun, there's a hero that shoots guns that redirect bullets, and then there's another dude who has a gun for a head, dude. What is going on?
That's fine. But Endeavor was for some reason allowed to take his son into the woods and train him.
Yep.
With no hero, with nothing to regulate his
Oversight.
temperature or anything. He was just allowed to do this. The world doesn't care about people with quirks, let alone without quirks. What's Deku supposed to do for people without quirks?
Is he supposed to be like a mayor or president, just like delivering speeches of, yo, the quirkless can do things as well?
Yeah, to be fair, I'm guessing what he would. All right, again, Steel Man. All right, just going overtime with this. I'm guessing that if we have him here, we sit him down, we present this very obvious logical fallacy within his thinking. He would probably say like, no, we could. Deku probably could just say, yeah, like. On top of his other pre-established motivations, I want to, like, I don't know, say some. What if he said something like, "Oh, I want to be heroes so that kids like me who grew up not thinking they're special can actually think they can be special if they work hard enough and stuff
But
like
that
that."
would be bullshit because he was gifted a quirk.
Yeah. He didn't.
Well-
he didn't learn to be special. He was given special in that situation.
Well, yeah. Like you can probably do it in a sort of roundabout way in the sense that, like, yeah, he was given, the quirk, but it would mean nothing if he didn't like put in the work to try and control it. Also, I didn't have the drive to do what he wanted to do.
Something like be a good person first and then be a good hero.
Yeah, or go after your dreams in order to help other people. You might find something that can help others. You just, and even if there's only one person who believes in you, that should be enough to do the right thing. Something like that. And I would say, yeah, okay, I agree. I wish that was a bit more pronounced in the show. But that's not that's not Deku's fault.
No.
Okay? Legit. No one cares about the quirkless.
Yeah,
Nobody.
That's not a Deku problem, and it's also he's bouncing from one horrible evil monster to the next. There's no real time for the quirkless.
Let me put that into context. Black people make up 14.
Whoa! 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 Stop right there! Whatever you about to say. No!
Wait a minute.
I can't even understand what the argument could be.
Oh my God.
You planned this, Kaiser. You planned this.
The only argument I can see coming out of his mouth is that they keep trying to speak up for their injustices.
Please stop saying they.
I mean, I'm black, but I can't say we because I don't do that shit.
Yeah, me neither, man. Listen. I just
want to hear about Gohan. I'm not trying to hear the plight of my people.
His monkey ass, right?
People make up 14% of society in America. That's a shit ton of people, okay? My Hero Academia raises up a huge societal issue, makes its protagonist a member of that discriminated minority, and then proceeds to
Wait, discriminated? Then that would mean that he did have a tragic backstory because he was the victim of discrimination.
Uh-oh. You can't have both.
You can't have both.
Buddy. What's going on?
Oh, dude.
Also, and he might say, but that doesn't count because it was, that part of his backstory isn't fleshed out. Okay, and every single bit involved in Naruto's backstory makes zero goddamn sense.
Zero. When
These
you
are
think
not
about
comparable.
it. And also, he goes, they're discriminated against, are they? Because one of All Might's best friends and informant is a cop. All Might just go, no, you could be a police officer or a firefighter if you want.
EMT.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, anybody could be in the supplementary course or whatever it is, wherever Hasume is.
The equipment.
The equipment people. Anybody smart enough can make equipment for heroes.
Yeah.
Because Hasume's quirk is that she can see real far.
She's just real smart.
She's just smart with her inventions.
Exactly.
And building a flying school.
Yep.
Quality story.
Yeah, but whatever. And is that? I mean, he would probably say, but Hatsume is more relatable because her drive to improve.
Oh, shut up. Things. Shut up, fictional, whatever your name is.
Ignore said issue. Bruh moment. When Deku finds out that Mirio was the original One for All candidate, he becomes insecure. Boom. Fantastic narrative development. What happens? Mirio then goes quirkless and Deku's Gucci again. My man Midoriya gives no shits about society.
Wrong! He asked Mirio, he went there to go ask Mirio if he wanted the fake work, and Mirio was like, I'm good!
Okay. Wait.
Wrong!
Also. Okay. Alright, another sneak peek to Kaiser's big beefs with Deku, okay? Alright, here's the thing. I agree with the ending part where you say about Deku doesn't care about society. In the sense, specifically, right? That the show as a whole, especially starting from season 2, right? Especially with the Stain stuff, establishes a lot of social, political stuff involving, the nature of heroes within the society and the potential wrongs that can be brought from it and all these injustices that can practically create the villains that the heroes are fighting, right? And you know, that's all interesting and all, except for the main characters rarely, if ever, interact with any of that in a meaningful way at all that advances their characters. That that is a perfect, that is my beef, and in my opinion, that is perfectly valid to say this point.
Yep.
That is not what
You
he's
explained
saying.
it, and it made a lot of sense of what your issue was with what he's saying. He's going, Deku don't care despite All Might don't care. The story does not care about Quirkless.
We don't have time for that. I don't care about dumb EMT man.
What again? What is a 15-year-old boy supposed to do about people's perception
of the quirkless as he actively has a quirk?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, again, you could say, okay, but the story could construct something in a way that will allow him to do something like that, or at least have that in the back of his mind. But he didn't say that, so I'm just inventing a better version of his argument at this
You're
point.
making his argument. Remix this video and make it better.
And
you
again,
can do it.
Let's say Deku does care about it and does care about the perception. How does it help the next Deku who wanted to be a hero but has no quirk? The narrative does not change for them. They just feel a little better about themselves, maybe. Yeah. And that's only if they were getting discriminated against because they were quirkless.
Yeah, and you can granted you could probably say, oh, but you know, with the the Hero 2 bullshit, where like somewhat semi-thematically speaking, the show kind of expands, I guess, the range of what a hero is not just, the whole superhero stuff, but being a person willing to give to others and make others happy, right? No matter the circumstances. It's like, you could probably say that, okay, to be consistent with that, what Deku could do is just say that, hey, all the quirkless is that just because you're quirkless doesn't mean you're not valuable, or that you can't do other interesting or incredible things to make other people happy, right? That can probably be a thing.
But we would have to see do that.
We would have to see the people being discriminated against, and then
we would need to see that.
You can't do this, and no, get out of here. No quirkless people in this shop. We would have to see that.
Oh, hi, Ruby. What are you doing here?
That one little sign is like, you see there? We put the sign up, and that shows. Shut up.
No, but we made the sign, okay?
We made the sign. What else do y'all want? Actual representation of discrimination? I'm sorry, we can't do that.
Listen, relationship drama, that is peak fiction right there, okay?
He's stone cold. I'm not necessarily an advocate for Deku remaining a quirkless protagonist, as others have argued.
Thank
it's
God.
a manga. I get it. The MC needs some power, but still, the issue should be addressed at the least. Deku's characterization could really have been helped if, for example, there was a quirkless side character who acted as a conduit for Deku's quirkless insecurity. As it stands, all these potential...
But how would they even make it into the school?
But did they care about Rock Lee's?
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
That? No,
they didn't. In a show that you think is one of your favorites.
Hey, I hear you guys talking about My Hero. Yeah. Have you guys actually called to My Hero?
Yes, we have.
The Flying School.
Not a good time though, Chris.
Yeah.
Not a good time though, Chris. We got a guest on the podcast and he can't hear you, so we just
I actually can. I actually can.
Well, he can't hear you.
He can't hear you, so that's
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So not a good time. We can talk about that
We'll talk
later.
about it right after though.
No, I'm probably gonna go.
Okay. Well, just catch us on a different day. Catch us outside. How about that?
The interesting threads are so underdeveloped that they basically don't exist.
No, threads that would have been interesting to you that they did not explore.
Yes.
Yeah. And the things that you presented that would be fixes to Deku are either already there, incredibly contradictory, nor not positive or negative, or just straight up nothing. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, your
This is-
standards for stories is all out of whack.
Gohan!
Bar
I thought
up.
my standards were too high. Like, god damn.
This is the point in the video where I flip the script. This is when I start talking
shit,
to you
here we
about
go.
one of the most underrated, most
do it.
innovative characters in anime history. This is-
Anime history.
One of the
Let's do
most
it. Let's get it
underrated, one of the most underrated
Underrated.
and innovative
Undone.
characters in anime history.
History.
Spiritual, lyrical, miracle individual.
when I start talking to you about Teen Gohan from Dragon Ball Z.
Let's go.
When all these Twitter children froth and throb over insecure little Deku
Damn.
and label him as some kind of once-in-a-generation,
Venom.
unbelievably
Venom.
nuanced gift of a protagonist,
Venom.
I cackle at their ignorance.
Damn.
You can look at Dragon Ball nowadays and be fooled by the Super Saiyan Blues, the not-so-great animation, the non-stop video game releases, and the nonsensical power scaling, but don't let all that distract you from DBZ's narrative brilliance.
Ellum.
Back
Okay.
This month literally just said Dragon Ball's narrative brilliant.
Narrative
We can't be
brilliance
doing this.
or none.
For
can't-
Dragon Ball, yo.
Listen, listen. Here's what a brilliant, okay, what brilliant means to me. It means at least like an 8 out of 10, right?
Has to.
That's my scale.
I'd
That's
go
what my
9.
brain. Yeah, possibly 8 or 9, but 8 bare like the minimum, right? So
8.5.
He's it. 8.5. All right, we're averaging out. The point is, that's what my brain goes. That's where my headspace is going when he says that. So we're in for we're in for a treat.
And he goes narrative brilliance, but it's like, the power scaling stuff. But the power scaling ties into the narrative.
Directly
because
into
people
it.
can't do these things if they weren't strong enough, so they have to be strong enough and thus
Okay,
power
but-
scaling and thus narrative and it's broken. So are
Okay,
we
but but let's listen, okay? Like all of it is insert. It all makes sense, okay? You just got watch more of the video. You'll understand.
Back in the days, Baby Bang Reshi's favorite character was Teen Gohan. Like Dragon Ball's narrative consistency, Gohan has, let's say, been through some not so great changes after the original anime's run. Let's just say Gohan fans have suffered almost as much as Sonic fans. It's such a damn shame too, because Teen Gohan's arc was so ahead of its time. Teen Gohan
Ahead
was
of
the
its
OG
time.
nice guy. Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball's creator, had the foresight to understand that Goku, the OG MC, would need to be succeeded post-Frieza arc. By then, Goku would have completed his character arc. He would have nowhere left to grow. So,
pause? Doesn't need to grow. You can continue down your path. It doesn't. Not all characters need to grow every single arc, every single
And also, like, Goku barely has much of a character arc. It's a flat character arc.
Yeah.
That's how that
about
works.
to say, what did completed with the Frieza fight and him turning
doesn't
Super
make
Saiyan for his character arc?
People say that it's just him accepting his
you
Saiyan
would
heritage.
say, or you would say that, like, oh, well, since Frieza was stated to be the strongest in the universe, well, I dare say, my dear boy, he has completed his arc. He is the strongest in the universe. He's attained Super Saiyan and done all of these things. There's nowhere else to go. But then again, by that logic, wouldn't there be nothing for Gohan to go either?
Yeah. Where does Gohan
In that
go?
logic. If Goku picked up the strong, unless you pull like a Baki and say that, oh yeah, Gohan wants to fight Goku, which even then there's not a lot of stuff you could do with that either. So the only way, go ahead.
Gohan doesn't want to fight though.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, if he's saying that Toriyama, okay, big brain Toriyama here, all right? Never thought you'd hear that phrase, ladies and gentlemen. Big brain Toriyama, Akira, all right, thought that, all right, Goku fought the strongest guy in the universe, all right? Now Gohan needs to take the lead. He needs to take the wings. His arc is finished. Everything needs to be set up. I'm going to set up this fool. And yet, notice how for most of the Cell Saga, until like literally the very end, Gohan was barely a presence throughout.
Barely.
He does not do nothing. Like, okay, to anyone in the audience, I implore you, look up a YouTuber named Mistar Fusion. He is probably the best in reviewing Dragon Ball I have literally ever seen.
I've watched
Okay,
his
you don't
stuff.
even need to watch his very first video in his Dragon Ball dissection series. Okay, what? Go skip ahead to like something in like the Frieza arc or Cell arc or something. He goes almost chapter by chapter, and he does such an amazing job at detailing the things that the story does right and what it does wrong, and introduces a lot of new things that literally no one else says. If anyone's ahead of his time, it's that motherfucker.
I don't agree with everything that he says, but I'm like, this dude is very, very fair. Especially, he said something about the Ultimate Gohan and why he didn't like it, and like the eye circles and how it's closed now, and that signifies like the Super Saiyan rage, and he's always. I'm like, I never noticed that, and how Gohan's eyes closed and it used to be open. It's like they're making some really good points here.
Yes.
This person is not.
Yeah.
Son was set up to be his successor, a symbol for the new generation of Dragon Ball fans and of society. All the way back to his introduction in the Saiyan saga, Gohan is shown to be a timid, half-human, half-Saiyan who can unleash an immense hidden power when overcome with emotion. Like Deku, Gohan is a nervous, insecure kid who has to live up to an almightily powerful father figure. Unlike Deku, Gohan's insecurity and fear actually comes out in his battles. The weight of his father's immense strength and heroic legacy seem to occasionally crush Gohan's psyche. Yes, Gohan also lets his feelings of rage burst forth in combat, originating from his intense compassion and love for his companions. However, his outbursts of power tend to fail. Gohan is also openly mocked by villains and others, a far cry from the continual Deku My Hero circle jerk, where Deku is—
Wait a minute, freaking, like every villain shit talks Deku. Muscular was shit talking him. And also,
Shigaraki.
Yeah, there's also Shigaraki, but like there's also one other thing. Like, what else did he say? I'm going back, hold on, I'm sorry. I gotta go back a little bit.
Like Deku, Gohan is a nervous, insecure kid who has to live up to almightily powerful father figure. Unlike Deku, Gohan's insecurity and fear actually comes out in his battles. The weight of his
Okay, but so does Deku's.
All the time.
Like, okay, like if I were to make literally a better version of this argument, I would say that I would literally just say, okay, here's the lowdown here, all right? Deku and Gohan both showcase insecure aspects in their fights, okay? That's just a fact. If you don't think so, you're lying. I'm sorry. Anyways, so this happens, but the reasons why Gohan's work, at least to some extent, and Deku's doesn't, is because Gohan's insecurities are expressed in a way that actually debilitates his ability to fight the people he's fighting more often, and in a way that produces some semblance of a consequence with the fight that adds to the tension. Whereas with Deku's, it doesn't. That is way more sensible. And this dude is not saying that.
But even with that more sensible argument, I would go, Gohan is 5 and 6 compared to Deku's 15. Of course he's going to be more unconfident and all that stuff. But your argument was a much better presented argument than what this dude is doing by going, Deku, no.
And then I would raise examples of like Gohan being insecure during a fight and how that cripples his ability in comparison to Deku, and just say, okay, here's the reason why. All right, so Deku only feels insecure for about like a couple minutes, right? And he's still able to fight on despite that without it really harming his ability to fight other people. Whereas with Gohan, he literally cannot stand for the entire fight and can barely fight back because of it. There you go. That's a reasonable argument.
Easy.
Weight of his
Easy.
father's immense strength and heroic legacy seemed to occasionally crush Gohan's psyche. Yes, Gohan.
Pause. Outside of that moment, like what comparisons to Goku crushed his psyche?
Yeah, if anything, what crushes his psyche more is just the fact that he has to fight in general.
Yeah.
That his life is on the line, and everybody is counting on him to awaken this power inside him in order to harm other people. It's the fact that he was a sheltered bookworm for most of his life.
He's strong. Everybody knows he's strong. He knows he's strong. And now he has to use it even though he doesn't want to. I don't
In fact,
get any of the Goku comparison stuff.
Yeah, in fact, in Deku's case, he was very much afraid to fight Bakugo, at least for a little bit.
Oh yeah, when they first faced off.
Yeah, when they first faced off, he was afraid to do that for like the first half of the fight. And even then, in subsequent parts of the show, he gets nervous a lot of times, but he has to think his way out of it.
Also lets his feelings of rage burst forth in combat, originating from his intense compassion and love for his companions. However, his outbursts of power tend to fail. Gohan is also openly mocked by villains and others, a far cry from the continual Deku My Hero circle jerk. Where Deku is protected by plot armor, Gohan is punished and thus made more genuinely relatable.
And also protected by plot armor.
He's protected by plot armor.
Exhibit A, neck crushed on the ground, bleeding out, in shock, eyes are wide out, dude is dying. Goku comes in, flicks a bean, phrasing, and then he's fine.
Nappa was about to step on his head, and Goku swooped in and protected him. Are we forgetting about these things?
Oh, but here's the thing, okay? He is much more relatable, all right?
Yeah, most more genuinely relatable. Like,
genuinely relatable.
He's inlaid with an incredible power that nobody else in the series has shown to this day.
No, but he's too afraid to use it. That makes it...
That's not relatable. If I was a super genius at age 6, I'd be swinging my nuts all over the school. I don't care. Call me a nerd.
Literally breaks child
And that's
Gohan's
basically
neck
what I
and
did.
almost kills him. For God's sake, Gohan's mum rides his ass about schoolwork and being a scholar. Talk about salt of the earth realism.
His mom.
Wait, I thought realism didn't matter. I thought realism didn't matter, my guy. What happened? What happened?
Hypocrisy happened. But Deku's mom is like, please stop doing this. You're hurting yourself.
oh my, I can't allow him to be in the school.
How is that not realistic?
And
if we talk about realism again,
Deku goes, it's okay if I don't go to that school. I'll go to another one. But I'm going to be a hero, Mom.
Yeah, and also, like, the whole Chi-Chi shit with freaking Gohan slapping over her head in regards to school, like, it's mostly played for laughs. It's not even, it's barely used in an engaging way to further facilitate his character, right? Otherwise, it's played for laughs, and, you know, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but, you know, that guy, Akira Toriyama's track record with the big funny haha is a little mixed, right?
It's hit or miss. He'll get sometimes, but when he doesn't, he doesn't. He has a big problem with, hey, sit on over there, woman. That's my biggest issue, because it's just Chi-Chi is just this overbearing ogre harpy of a mom, and that's basically all. And wife, and that's basically all we see of her.
And which is fair because she's married to a literal child who can't do.
She wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knew what she was getting into.
Which hey, that could, you know, again, I got no problem with that. that could lead to some really good comedy and shit. I mean, The Simpsons was made on the back of that very same thing, basically. It's just that the comedic timing, it's a little off,
Yeah.
Needs a little work.
Cell Saga is actually the Gohan Saga. It's his coming of
my
age
God.
story. It's My Gohan Academia.
Yeah, and the arc that he barely contributed anything to other than like the
Anything!
last 20 episodes of it. Sure,
Goku-
my man, sure.
Goku and Vegeta are looking at each other's eyes like, I will surpass you. I will go beyond Super Saiyan. Gohan is not in that conversation.
Trunks is.
And Trunks ain't do nothing.
Like, wouldn't you say this is more of a Trunks arc than a Cell arc? I mean, than a Gohan arc? He's the literal catalyst for why it's moving forward. He's there through almost every big event. Like, he's the one that finds the ship. Like, what? I would say this is more of a Trunks thing. And then he gets the big send-off.
Yeah, also, Trunks, if anything, Trunks should have way more potential for power than Gohan does. Because fact of the matter is, okay, let's do a little, let's do a little maths right now, all right? See, Gohan is the son of a Goku who wasn't even stronger than Vegeta around the time the original series ended, and was only about as strong as Vegeta during the Saiyan arc after he died, right? Vegeta is possibly over 10 times as stronger than that Goku.
Easily.
Birthed his own son, and yet Trunks in the hyperbolic time chamber didn't unleash any of this potential power at all for him.
Why does Gohan have this power?
I'm about to break his whole argument. S cells.
I'm
what
hitting the
is it?
video.
You don't know about S cells?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say, because I don't want to introduce you to S cells. I don't want to have to be the person to relay that information.
Okay, but then
That's
why,
cursed knowledge.
why doesn't Goten have it?
He
I mean,
does.
they do. I mean, they do. It's just that
That's why he was Super
Toriyama
Saiyan.
doesn't want to do shit with them. That's the problem.
No, I mean, why doesn't he have that Gohan in-latent ability? Why is Gohan...
That's just a Gohan thing.
Why is Gohan the only one with it?
The Deku.
Cell is a being that strives for perfection, that continually upgrades himself by absorbing other androids. He is confident and cunning, a clear contrast to Gohan's nice guy uncertainty.
Okay, but Stain is a contrast to Deku. He believes in heroism to such an insane degree, believes in the standard that All Might had set to such an insane freaking degree that it becomes incredibly destructive and sociopathic to the point where he is unwilling to accept anything less of the people that surrounds him. He is willing to even kill perfectly or maim perfectly good heroes that could possibly help more people if given more of the opportunity, just because they either get in his way or don't fit his standards.
They're doing it for the wrong reason. You're about money, and that's not what a hero's supposed to be.
How is that not a parallel, dude?
Because he doesn't want to see that. He wants to see Deku crying and people fawning over him and them going, okay, this is all this is.
Is baby's first antagonist dichotomy, my God. What is going on? Cell barely did not interact with Gohan this entire time.
No, to the point
moment.
To the point where Goku was just like, oh, in order to turn Super Saiyan, just imagine Cell killing everybody that you love. And he goes, I don't know what Cell looks like.
Yes. It's literally
Frieza.
It's literally the problem that Mistar Fusion not only raised with Gohan, but even with Goku in the Frieza arc. That we spend most of the arc following characters that are either much more active in the plot or have a much more closer relation to the main villain, to the point where it would be more satisfying if they contributed to their downfall. But Goku and Gohan are the strongest, so they kind of got to steal the show.
Yeah.
That's the
And
problem.
Gohan are similar in so many ways, but in the subtle ways that actually matter, Gohan is
Oh, they're similar in so many ways, but in
but
the ways
subtle ways
that matter, i.e. the things I like about Gohan, those are the ones that matter.
Unbelievable.
What a bum!
It's so much
They
more
also
relatable.
apply to Deku.
They also
Easily.
apply to Deku. That's the worst part. I can understand if you were saying some shit that didn't do with Deku.
Also, I just remembered another nice guy protagonist. I don't know if you guys know about this. This guy named Osamu from World Trigger. That's a nice guy, somewhat nice guy protagonist. And guess what? His whole thing is that he's literally the weakest in the entire series, but he's one of the most giga-brained.
Gohan is just so much more relatable, so much more heroic, so much more meaningful. Both are
Oh
given
my!
a-
You're just saying stuff that doesn't matter. That
More
you're not
heroic. He
proving.
tried to save his father. The fuck?
What makes him?
Results?
He did not substantiate what makes Gohan more heroic than Deku. He just says that he is.
Oh, how many minutes in a video? Oh my god.
That's not how you do a video. You don't just say stuff and then it's just true.
And listen, dog, these are gonna be the most. All right, these next 4 minutes, they're gonna be flamed.
Oh, there's gonna be.
Laced.
Here we
with
go.
light arguments.
He's gonna be Gohan in the Cell arc just at the end.
Here we go.
given a god tier power and feel the burden to rise up to that expectation. But the key difference
What? Oh, okay.
in their narrative arcs is so perfectly captured by Goku's iconic lesson to his son Gohan. Power comes in response to a need, not a desire. Gohan unlocks his potential when the universe needs him.
Pause.
Goku desires to be the strongest!
He just wants to fight.
His whole thing is that he wants to fight in order to get strong because he just likes doing it. It's just something he enjoys. Goku doesn't have a tragic freaking backstory. What's going on here?
Oh, dude.
This is insane.
This is, oh my god, I have, it's so,
Yeah, your fault. This is all your fault.
Is freaking, somebody is literally deep throating Dragon Ball so much.
He loves
He
it
is
so much.
slurping that jizz up. That
And he's
dragon
Open up them
jizz.
Dragon Balls.
And what?
Draining them Dragon Balls.
What's underrated?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what people? Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Literally everybody and their goddamn dog doesn't shut the fuck up about Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Yes, that is.
No one, nobody.
Seriously, that's the thing. And you're talking about that's underrated? No.
It's
Needs
not.
him when his father dies in front of him and no other fighter can rise to the challenge. Gohan doesn't crave the title of hero or even power at all. In fact, he just wants to live a normal life. Gohan's power draws from how much he cherishes life and his desire to protect it.
Pause. So the ultimate Gohan come from his desire to how much he cherishes life? No,
Okay.
he sat down and his inlaid power just came out.
Okay, well, and also Deku wants to protect people. Sure, it wasn't literally One for All was created, or at least cultivated, to fight the greatest evil the world has ever known. And Deku has to take on that responsibility because aside from not wanting to die, which is a pretty fine motivation to have on its own, he cares about people. He doesn't shut up about that. That's his whole shtick. And even though he wants to be a hero, like he wants to be a hero in the sense that he wants to do the right thing and inspire others. Like, what is wrong with calling yourself like, oh, I want to be a hero. I want to be somebody who can do these things.
What's wrong with it?
Especially when
That's
there's an
selfless.
actual
That's a good
title.
thing.
There's an actual title of hero. It's not even
In the
just
world.
like it's not even just like I am a hero. It's I'm going to be a hero because hero has a definable title here.
A title,
Yeah,
a
I can
jurisdiction, a
actually
job.
contribute. Yeah,
It is
freaking
employment.
paycheck. Respect? Like, what? What is going on? Oh, and he's gonna mention Gohan crying about fucking 16, a character he also knew nothing about.
Zero.
Hero.
But he represented all the purity in this world, and to see it get stomped out, that's what drove him to that rage.
No, he didn't. He said, "Stop holding back, you cuck."
Gohan cries, but isn't a crybaby. Gohan doesn't desire power or...
Oh my goodness! Move next argument.
You need to rewatch the Saiyan saga.
Dude, you need to. He was crying and scampering away multiple times.
Yep. And also, literally, again, Deku only cries and whines for the most part in the first season. The rest of the time, he does so in circumstances where it's perfectly reasonable.
Absolutely.
He cries when a mentor of, well, the former sidekick of his mentor fucking dies right in front of him.
No problems with that.
Dude, what is going on?
No, but it's such an easy argument to just be like, he's a crybaby and have so many people accept it and agree with it.
He wants to be the guy that likes, okay, I'm gonna, all right, all these other people who's talking shit about Deku, they got it wrong. You know, they say that, oh, he should be a quirkless. I don't agree with that. Well, these same motherfuckers don't shut the fuck up about how much of a whiny pissant Deku is. But you're not gonna talk back about that, are you?
The title of hero, but rises up to save his friends and family. Deku, while trying to capture that same underdog spirit, vitally draws his power from desire.
How is Gohan an underdog?
A desire to do good? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh no, you monster.
I want to do good like that guy do good. You can't do it.
That's either relatable or not relatable, depending on whatever argument you're going for right now.
So stupid. Like, who would you rather freaking have to save you? Just a guy who's just doing his job, or a dude that genuinely wants to help other people, even if it is a tiny bit self-serving? Like, who gives a fuck? The other guy is more motivated. Fuck you.
This dude got power thrusted upon him. He's like, oh, I guess I gotta use it.
It's like Superman and Man of Steel or Bats v Soups, where he's just pulling the giant ship and he's just got the most melancholy face on his... That's what Gohan is. I'm saving y'all, whatever. Because I got the power, whatever.
It's only me, only I can do this.
Okay, to be fair, all right, I'm not going to say that both of those things are equivalent. I will say that...
Definitely not.
A lot of the emotional weight in regards to Gohan's whole thing in that moment still holds up in a lot of ways. But the big thickums, all right? 2 cushions right in front of me, but, all right? The same, just because a character is motivated by a different thing but accomplishes the same goal doesn't make that thing less valuable.
Yeah.
It's the same stupid argument that people have about Ichigo not wanting to be like, oh, I want to be the best Soul Reaper around or whatever the fuck. He doesn't give a shit. He wants to help people. That's fine. Do something with that. That is the focus.
Okay, if you are a person being saved, would you care why the person is saving you? What their motivation is? Or would you still go, that person's a hero for saving me from a burning building, let's say? It's a firefighter's job to save me, so I'm not going to call him a hero. No, you're still a hero.
Oh, but that's different, okay? Because I actually had a thought there and I forgot.
This video's melting your brain.
Desire.
It is.
The world wasn't ready for Teen Gohan. Way ahead of the curve, Toriyama made a character that was meant to represent how kind-heartedness could lead to a new generation that was capable.
New generation? He's the only new generation motherfucker in that bitch until Goten and Trunks showed up. And then Toriyama threw Gohan like a bad habit away.
Get out of here.
Ain't got time. Sorry.
Get in that tracksuit.
Give a shit.
Bringing forward the best of 2 worlds, of humans and of Saiyans to forge a new kind of power. If Gohan was created today, god damn, the Twitterverse would cream itself with the force of 1,000 suns. And
They
rightly
still
so.
do!
Gohan so succinctly
Really? Dragon Ball superheroes? They absolutely are.
Dude, I am literally hearing the. You hearing this? You hear all this shit? That every single Dragon Ball fanboy just eating it to Super Saiyan 2 Gohan over and over and over and over and over again.
They can't let it go.
Yeah. About it.
It's like
God.
That's all they got.
It's like your first taste of something ever. Like, let's say a slice of pizza. And you just can't let go of that one slice of pizza you had for the rest of your life.
You can't do it, dog.
Can't let it go. Let it go. It's over.
It's over.
Gohan is happy. Let him be happy. No, I need to be happy.
He needs to be strong and cool like he was back then.
Yeah, which is why he's in the new movie. He's gonna have glasses and Piccolo's outfit. You know, he looks super cool. Isn't that great?
Cool. This is what we want.
The potential of this current society with all its insecurity and fear, but a kind-heartedness that was perhaps absent in the unbelievably bloody decades of the past.
You mean no empathy? What the fuck are you talking? Oh my god, do I have to defend Goku now?
That's the worst. He's making us defend all these things we don't like. With his horrible arguments. I'm not trying to defend Deku.
No, do I have to defend Goku now? Like, is that where we at? Is that where we're at? Please, don't make me do it. Don't make me have to literally bring up basic ass fucking characterization to debunk your point.
Cause he's just going, oh, Gohan's the progenitor. He's the one. It's like, well, Goku did it already.
Yeah.
In popularity polls relegated Gohan to green tracksuits and goofy haircuts, but I'll be damned if I let Deku, the poorly written Gary Stu, take the glory that should have belonged to Gohan. So
this is the whole thing. He's jealous.
Yeah, oh, that's exactly what
He's
it is.
salty that Gohan is in the annals of history as a great character.
He slid it in at the end.
Yep.
You a big salt monster crybaby.
Salt baby.
That your baby Gohan ain't getting praised, but Deku is. What a baby!
Of the angel.
Holy crap! You done showed your true colors!
To explain why Deku is such a great character, and sure, on paper what he stands for is great, but when watching the show, I just don't feel it. In contrast, when watching Gohan go Super Saiyan 2, everything just makes sense. The birth of the Homo.
Yeah,
his arguments are, I don't feel it, and it makes sense.
Like Android 16, a dude he never knew or cared about, giving him his speech so he can transform into big strong man.
As the Cell Juniors are actively giving Yamcha and all them other friends just swirlies. They're killing them. But it's 16 that did it.
Just let go, Gohan. Please, Crush. No!
Yep. And like 16 was like, oh, you gotta protect all the trees and birds and shit. All these things, these aspects of life that Gohan never cared about. Up to that point, who gives a shit? Like, what the fuck?
And then once he transforms, he goes, dang, 16, you were right. I should just torture him and not protect the planet. That was your lesson, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was to protect the planet, not to get your revenge. How did you take revenge from what he said?
And Gohan was literally playing with Cell. How heroic is that? To be fair, this guy might say,
because he talked about Goku dying right in front of him, but why did he die right in front of you? Because you were playing with your food.
Of course, he might say, okay, but that's to show that, oh right, unlike Deku, Gohan isn't perfect. You know, he makes mistakes and all that other shit. But literally, his mistakes can be reversed with like a flip of a switch. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Goku chose not to have it reversed. Literally chose.
Makes no sense.
Sapien, the evolution of language, the creation of civilization, my lazy Sunday spent watching TV, bang, the red line breaks, Cell crushes Android 16, and Gohan finally realizes the meaning of his
I got
strength.
my first erection for the very first time.
PP went tingle down there.
Stands his duty to protect the world he so cherishes.
He did protect the world because he was...
He actively just went, no, he's gotta suffer.
Gohan becomes a hero.
Also,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Gohan becomes a hero, you liar!
If he became such a great hero, here's a question, Mr. Reshi, Mr. Bangeth Reshi-san, if that is your real name.
I don't think so.
Why didn't Gohan still train in the years after the Cell fight? What happened to that?
What happened there?
Yeah, what happened to that?
He
You know,
became a
just
hero,
that-
then he lost it? What happened?
Yeah, he became a hero, and then he just decided not to. You know, he was responsible for protecting the planet, and he just doesn't do it. Why is that? Why is that? Explain that to me, please. God damn it.
Deku can have the orchestras and the high budget animation and the Twitter fangirls, but nothing can beat the raw emotion, the unbreakable glory of when Gohan, the teenage gangster, one-handed Kamehameha walks down Cell to save the goddamn
I mean, sure, but like, listen, when TFS finally made their final episode and had the Gohan and Cell fight, everybody and their goddamn grandmother was clamoring all over that shit, my guy. Everybody.
I don't
I was
understand.
there. I was one of them because TFS version of that is 1,000,000 times better. What the fuck?
Welcome to the show.
God damn it, I love this. I love everything about this, man. I'm flex. It is making me flex every part of my brain.
It's something special. We did it with our friends earlier, and they were just like, yo, this something about Revisited. It's like, yeah, it's something. It's something.
And it's something hitting. It's hitting, man.
on that, Midoriya. Manga time now. You've been
here
warned.
we go.
Listen, the manga has basically been soft rebooted and a bunch of stuff has been soft retconned,
Let's
so
go.
I'm definitely reserving judgment for now. It
Wait,
seems like Horikoshi
rebooted?
finally realized that Deku needed some kind of character conflict. While I'm not
Oh,
crazy about the whole
no.
edgy hero angst we're seeing at
Oh,
the moment,
no.
I'm open to any kind of development as it was sorely
Oh, so he made it when that just started.
Oh,
He finished it when it just started. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm going to his channel to see if he did a video on it. Oh, dude.
Do it.
Oh, I'm so sad now.
Hey,
You don't know what happened? I'm looking to see if he replied to any of the comments like, hey yo. Oh, he is not replying to comments at all.
Oh, that is funny.
Nope.
He's just
That is
letting them
funny.
go crazy.
Dang, no new video on My Hero either.
Shit, man.
Trash.
I wonder why. Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
Yes, the manga has seen an uptick in quality, and it does seem like
That's the worst of
No,
My Hero.
it's gotten actively worse.
Like, look at the art that he is paling right here. Barely anything was all that improved. Barely anything.
Horikoshi understood the hole he had written himself into
Not really.
with UA and Deku,
Not
so I
really.
hope he keeps improving. Anyway, that's all done. Rant over. Hope you enjoyed.
Good. Fucking
He did
done.
not
This whole
mention-
video was a fucking bruh moment. Get the fuck out of here. Kanye, using Kanye like that. Yeezy doesn't.
He don't deserve this.
Shit.
He going through enough.
Hey, he should be off the grid with this, man. I'm telling you.
I'm off the
Fuck
grid,
me,
grid,
bro.
grid. Oh, that song is good.
But I realized he didn't bring up any of Deku's other powers.
No, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't bring up the 7 quirk shit. That would have been,
Oh, yeah.
that would have been the first.
That would-
thing.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
gotta be a
Gary
nerve,
Stu.
a nail in the coffin. If you talk about underdog and not deserving and all this
Yeah.
stuff, you don't even bring up that.
Yeah, yo, like he doesn't. Like,
What a
if
terrible
anything, if you're
video.
trying to argue that he's a Gary Stu, that would be one of the first shit I'll bring up.
Yeah, he's out here creating mist and all this and black whips and
And storing kinetic energy and floating.
Spidey sense.
He can Spidey sense he one-shots freaking muscular. He one-shots him. No difficulty.
This is a horrible video. He doesn't know what
What
he's
is
doing.
going on? This man
that's
is fucking up.
that's a
Big
10 ball
time.
for me.
Yeah, I'm going Hall of Fame.
Really, that bad?
I didn't think it'd be. This is a historic moment. I didn't
Yup,
think
for
it
real.
was that big of a deal. But God
I legitimately like. I can understand the arguments of Deku failing as a protagonist. I can understand potential
Yeah.
arguments of Gohan being underrated.
Absolutely. He didn't make them.
He didn't make them.
no, he didn't.
Oh, dude.
He absolutely didn't. Like all of the literally all literally written like an outline of all the big brain goddamn reasons about why Deku just isn't all that great of a protagonist. And this motherfucker in 17 minutes just wasted my goddamn time.
Hey, he told you what not to do.
That is true. If my hero has taught us anything, even Dragon Ball, is that we can learn a whole lot from bad examples. Thank you.
Exactly. Hey, don't do this.
There you go. Oh my god, I was planning on making it multi-part. God damn.
This was horrible.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to be
Yeah,
out of here.
that's-
I need some food.
We're out. Yep, me too. God
That was
damn, it's late around.
It was a fun video. Check out Young Kaiser's channel. Got
Yeah.
2 videos up there. Both of them are good.
I'll be putting a link in the description.
Also, check out the New Types podcast. We're planning on releasing a couple of new videos, at least by the end of the month. And hope to see you again next time. It's
you go.
been real fun.
Yeah, send us a link to that podcast and we'll put it in the description as well.
I think the videos in the page of my
I think
channel.
we're even subscribed to it, so
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
able to.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing for Revisited next. We don't know what
Never.
we're doing for a stream, y'all. So just
Didn't
look out.
we say the everything great about JoJo?
Oh
part?
yeah, that's what we're doing. Everything great about JoJo's coming Saturday for a live stream, y'all.
Damn, okay. Yeah, y'all good luck. Good luck with that. I'm gonna pick something else. I mean, granted, I know about JoJo. I kept up with JoJo. I don't know. Maybe I might show up again for that. Maybe not. But I'll probably pick something else that's a bit more bite sized because this was a hefty.
That's the thing about Revisited. You never
Yeah.
know how long something's gonna take.
God,
You can look at
Bill-
11 minutes and it could take 4 hours.
I messaged him. He was like, "Yo, it's probably gonna be about 2 hours, so just set that
Hey,
aside."
what happened to that? Where'd the time go?
We were close. A
For
little
real.
over 2.5. A little over 2.5. I was close.
Dude, Revisited, just do something. I'm telling you. All right,
Seriously.
we'll see y'all next time, Nia.
All right, thanks a lot.